Good afternoon and welcome to Homecoming from Seton Hill University's Offutt Field here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Today, the Griffins sitting at 3-3 on the season and 1-2 in PSAC West play. Welcome the Gannon Golden Knights. Sean Myers joined by TJ DeStefano. And TJ, this is a day that everyone at Seton Hill looks forward to, homecoming, and hopefully they'll be celebrating a homecoming victory as the Griffins come in off of an impressive road win at Mercyhurst last time out. It was a showing that, quite frankly, some of the past teams may not have been able to accomplish. They were down 14-0 early in that game, but they scored all of their points in the second quarter. Logan Weiland was terrific, and then the defense, as we have seen time and time again, did the job. Now they go against a 2-4 Gannon team that has not been able to win a lot of games, but has played against really a murderer's row in terms of their schedule, so they are battle-tested by the same token.
Yes, definitely a game that, Sean, that is one of those games we talk about where the Griffins can win. But again, last week, really, what a game for Logan Weiland. 38 carries, 178 yards, 3 touchdowns. And I know I said that a couple times, that they're starting Jake McCormick at quarterback. That was his first collegiate start last week. So Logan Weiland and the running game is really the biggest thing that this Seton Hill team can do right now. And I'm sure they're just going to give him the ball more again today. But, yeah, big win last week. None of the Seton Hill wins have been pretty this year, as you know. But, a win is a win, and see how they fare today in another PSAC game against Gannon.
Well, that win last week was so important for a number of reasons. One, it's their first conference win. 2, it's their first road win of the season. It snapped a 3-game skid in the process, and they did it without their head coach on the sidelines, TJ.
Yes.
As Dan Day found out about 24 hours before the game that he would not be able to travel with the team. He is quarantining as a result of a COVID positive, and so he will not be here today as well. Now, obviously, he's in communication with his coaches. He has sort of monitored the situation. He will do whatever he can from his remote location. I know he's tuning in to our broadcast today as well. So he's dialed in, but in his absence, the team showed that they were able to step up a week ago. They'll try to do it again with the offensive coordinator, Robert Dutton, and defensive coordinator, Kevin May, handling the duties, and we'll hear from both of them in just a little bit with our Dan Flickinger. And really the way that it breaks down is that Kevin May, the defensive coordinator, because he's already down on the sidelines, he will make the coach's decisions, if you will, going for 2, going for it on 4th down, things of that nature, where the OC, Robert Dutton, he is typically up in the coach's booth. They did not want to change that setup, so he will continue to do what he does in terms of the game day operation. So it's a little bit different. Not ideal, certainly, by any means, but for the Griffins, 1-0 playing without their coach, Dan Day will hopefully be back early next week with the team, and I'm sure he would love to see his team go 2-0 in his absence.
Definitely, and as you said, Sean, a big win last week. They really needed it to stop that 3-game losing skid. And, again, another game, these are the games we've talked about, Shippensburg or Slippery Rock, IUP, Cal. Those are the big 3. And then there's the rest of the teams. And, again, this is another matchup here today. The last meeting between the two, Seton Hill won it in 2019, 25-21 in a close game. So definitely a game where the Griffins, like I said, they're probably going to see a lot of Logan Weiland. I know the weather, it's a turf field, and there might be some more rain. That could play into Seton Hill, running the football more. We'll just have to see. Looked like to see more from Jake McCormick. I do like his arm strength. He's been – him and the receivers not on the same page, still work in progress at the quarterback position. But in the defense, we've talked about Seton Hill's defense all year. They've really been carrying this team.
And on the other side, we mentioned Gannon has had some very difficult challenges. Last week, they fell at home 38-17 against Cal U. The week prior, they lost at IUP, and that loss against the Crimson Hawks, TJ, was just a 5-point setback, 28-23. So they have played competitively against some good teams. They also lost at Bloomsburg, and prior to that, they fell at home against Shepherd. So they're going against teams that, when you look at Shepherd, just a terrific team, sitting at 5-1. Now, Bloomsburg, that was the only win for that team, so that's not necessarily a good loss for Gannon. But by the same token, they have some ability. They have a lot of new faces from when they last played against Seton Hill back in 2019. The interesting thing for the Golden Knights, they played 4 games in the 2020 season, which was parlayed over to this past spring. So that's a luxury that Seton Hill did not have. Not quite the same as playing a regular full season in the PSAC, but they have some players who look to be certainly ready to step up in a big way. Melvin Blanks, their running back, is pretty accomplished. They have some new players at the skill positions, however, including Corey Curtis, the quarterback. He is thrown for about 1,400 yards this season, 14 touchdowns as well. And Coach Day said he is an impressive-looking quarterback. He has a strong arm. He has certainly the size. 6'4", 252 pounds. So it's an offense that has done some nice things this season for the Golden Knights.
Definitely, and Curtis, you mentioned, 5th in the league in total yards, 1,433, and 4th in the league in touchdowns. And Gannon, we were mentioning some of their offense. They rank 7th in the PSAC in scoring offense, averaging 29.5 a game. Now they struggle defensively, allowing 32.5 a game, which is 14th in the league. But, I mean, that could also go back to a lot of what you mentioned, you know, some of the brutal teams they play, like Shepherd and IUP and Cal U. But, yeah, they have done some good things. I think maybe they've been more of a victim of their schedule early on. But, they're a battle-tested team, no doubt.
Well, as I mentioned, that our Dan Flickinger had the opportunity to talk to, I guess, if you will, the co-head coaches this week. There we go. Got a little louder. It's not quite that excitable here right now, but it will be hopefully later today. So Robert Dutton, the offensive coordinator, and Kevin May, the defensive coordinator, both had a chance to talk to our Dan Flickinger. We'll hear that next as we continue our coverage on the pregame show right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
When I first came back, one of the first things that blew me away was our facilities. How the fields have grown up in that whole complex down the hill. Our weight room now, I mean, how that has been, remodeled and changed and overhauled.
Our baseball field is, in my opinion, one of the best in the nation, Division II wise. And just having Sullivan Gym open for us all the time with the nets in there whenever we wanted to get work in, which is possibly why I got to where I am, because all the extra work that I did put in.
I think our facilities are one of the best across the PSACs, and that's definitely a huge recruiting tool as we are able to draw the athletes for the academics in addition to the great things they can get on the athletic side of it.
I don't think I would be able to thrive in a big school. I think I like that the professors know my name. I like that when I'm walking down the hall, I can say hi to someone and I actually know them.
At Sunbelt Mitsubishi, buying your new vehicle is as easy as stop, shop, and roll. Stop wasting time in the dealership. Shop online in just a few easy steps. Roll on home in your new Mitsubishi or have it delivered to your door. SunbeltMitsubishi.com. At Sunbelt Volkswagen, buying your new vehicle is as easy as stop, shop, and roll. Stop wasting time in the dealership. Shop online in just a few easy steps. Roll on home in your new Volkswagen or have it delivered to your door. SunbeltVolkswagen.com.
This is the Coach Dan Day Show, presented by State Farm agent Alex Hetrick in Murraysville. Here's Dan Flickinger and the third-year head coach of the Griffins, Dan Day.
Welcome back to Griffins Game Day on the Westmoreland Sports Network, and welcome to the Coach Day Show, sort of, as we continue here on Griffins Game Day to count you down to kickoff between Seton Hill and Gannon. We have a couple of pinch hitters for Coach Day today. First, we're going to be talking with offensive coordinator Rob Dutton, who knows Coach Day well. You've coached with him for a number of years.
Yep, going on 4 years now, yep.
I know it's challenging without him, but you know what? I'm glad to be talking with you guys here today on the pregame. Thank you so much for taking some time.
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
So tell me a little bit about your background, first of all, for those that don't know you.
Yeah, so I started my coaching career with Coach Day. Actually gave me my first job at Rensselaer, Indiana, St. Joseph's College. I was there 2 years with him as And a little bit later, I was going to mention, when the school closed down, kind of ended our path coaching together. But I went to Briarcliff University, which is in Sioux City, Iowa. Was there for 2 years. And then once the opportunity came to come back and coach with Coach Day again, I just couldn't pass up that opportunity. So, and now going on second season, the third year here at Seton Hill.
So kind of talk about when he was hired at Seton Hill. I'm sure you were one of the first phone calls that he made. You guys have history together.
Yeah.
So what was that like, and what ultimately made you come to Seton Hill to join his staff?
Yeah, so a lot played into it. He did call me through the interview process, just letting me know that this could be a possibility. But it was a no-brainer for me. And it kind of just a quick story. When Seton Hill, when St. Joe had closed down, he had just bought a house, just had another kid, and it was amazing just to see how he put the players first, and then made sure he took care of us as well as coaches. When I applied for the Briarcliff job, I was set up for an interview, and an hour passed, and I never got the phone call, and all of a sudden, Coach Day walks into the office and it was like, "Hey, you got the job." And
no way.
I was kind of surprised, and he was on the phone for an hour with Dennis Wagner, who was the head coach there, and he just said we didn't need to interview. That how he spoke about me as a coach was all he needed. So we didn't even do any X's and O's or anything like that. It was, but for him to do that for me when he's in a situation where he's also looking for his next job, family, and honestly, what he did for the kids. We met with every single kid, what he did, and put together a list of what was important, like where we turned into basically a JUCO. I mean, we had coaches coming in every day, 3, 4, 5 coaches a day, and just kind of help those guys get out to their next, school, and just to see like that's the type of guy that I want to coach for. I want to learn from. So when this opportunity came up, it was a no-brainer to. Once he got the job, I think it was. Before he could probably finish asking if I wanted it, I was, yes, I'm in, Coach. I'm on my way.
Yeah, he certainly made an impact on you, Coach Dutton.
Yes.
Great first half from your running game last week. Logan Weiland over 100 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. What was clicking so well in the first half last week against Mercyhurst?
Really, I think it was just communication. I think those guys, we've challenged those guys each week to get better, and they're always really, really well, playing really well when they are communicating. And I think they did a great job. We talked about, Coach Day, not being able to be there, and those guys, really wanted to really do it for him. I mean, those guys communicated way more than they ever have before, and just talked to each other and really build each other up. So I think it start slow. We did start slow again, and then they just a quick reminder of what we came there to do and how we were going to get it done. And I think those guys on the sidelines, again, I was up in the box, but just hearing from the other coaches, they as a unit just decided to lock in and to get going, understanding quarterback still trying to get his feet wet and learn how to play the position as well at the college level, and we knew we were going to lean on those guys a lot. And then honestly, Logan does what he does. I mean, he's running through tackles, he's very physical, and he makes a lot of errors correct. So sometimes you can just turn around, hand him the ball, and he'll do the rest. So but no, it was a really good second quarter, but I do have to say it was really just communication from those guys.
Yeah, we talked to Logan last week. Unfortunately, we couldn't broadcast the game last week because of some COVID issues. So if you'd like to watch that interview with Logan, we actually have it on our YouTube channel. Just a very, very tough kid and a well-spoken young man as well. So as good as the running game was in the second quarter, it seemed like it didn't quite get on track in the second half. Was there anything Mercyhurst did at halftime to adjust, or was it a case of where, the passing game still trying to develop and things where, you guys were kind of forced to maybe be one-dimensional? What kind of slowed it down in the second half?
Yeah, a mixture of both. They did do a good job of mixing some things up where, again, communication on the sidelines, we need to be a little bit better. They are just communicating to each other of what they're doing as far as an adjustment. We didn't communicate as well, but I think that just is that was the first big quarter of success they had, and I just don't think they handled it correctly. They thought it was going to come out and do the exact same things, and they're a well-coached team. So we knew they were going to make some adjustments, and came out and they did so. So that did play a big role in that. But once we got those guys communicating, I think we missed opportunities on big moments, big third downs, big second downs. We just missed some opportunities there. So again, credit to Mercyhurst. They did a great job of making some adjustments, and it just showed us that we still got to grow as an offensive line as well.
Obviously, you've changed personnel at quarterback this year. You started with Chris and then went to Keone Freeman, now Jake McCormick. What has Jake done well to earn the spot right now? And just kind of talk about how that position is evolving throughout the season.
Yeah, a couple of things. Jake gives us the ability to push the ball down the field, which was a major key in when we were trying to get the offense going. So with his ability to push the ball on the field, and he does have he's pretty fiery on game day, and we needed a little bit of a spark in that aspect, is looking for a leader, to lead this program vocally, and he's doing a really good job of that as well. But I think it really, I do want to give credit to the quarterback room. I mean, they support, even though they compete with each other and they all want to be that guy, they do a great job of building each other up, communicating. They watch a lot of film by themselves. I mean, they come in with questions all the time. So those guys, they support each other. And I think that's what helped Jake as he's finding his way through it. He can lean on different quarterbacks as far as, what do you see here? Or what type of blitzes I need to, set protection to? Things like that. They do a really good job of helping each other out.
So certainly the effort is there in the passing game. What needs to happen for that production to come around? Just
consistency. I think we need to slow down a little bit and realize we don't have to go get it on every play. We don't have to go score a touchdown on every single play. So just understanding when to come down to the check downs, when to, take the, the first read and not wait for the, the deep route to get open. And he's done a great job this week of relaxing, calming down a little bit. And receivers are playing a big role in that. I think the fact that he's starting to build some of the, trust with some of those guys and know who he can go to on certain situations, it just has shown, tremendous growth at practice.
Let's talk about the offensive line. I talked with Coach Day before the season started, and he said how excited he was to see them and, how they've matured, hit the weight room in the offseason, and you had the COVID year, and it was, I'm sure it stunk for everybody not to play games, but you got a chance to really get in the weight room, and especially for those guys up front. Do you see them getting better every week? It seems like they are improving, which is obviously what you can ask for.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. And it does boil down to communication, because talent-wise they have it, and they're young, and the more games they play, the more experience that they'll get. But communication has been great, like I said, up front, and when they continue to do that, when those guys are having fun, we're a better football team. And it shows, you talked about weight room. We're not playing, 1-2 yards behind the line of scrimmage anymore. Mm-hmm. We're getting some, especially that second quarter, we're getting some plays where, the running back's being met at 3, 4, 5 yards, and it's allowing us to, hit some seams that we couldn't hit some gaps that we couldn't hit. So, they're progressing. They're getting better every week. And a little bit of injuries. We had Trevor Mitchell out last week, who's, a big guy up front for us communication-wise. But they stepped in, and they do take that, next man mentality seriously. And if they're injured, they're behind them, coaching them up. So it's not like they're taking days off or anything like that. They do a good job of communicating to each other.
Do you expect Trevor back this week? Or is
we're still working with him right now. Okay. He hasn't, been able to go full in practice yet. But like I said, he's just, especially with Coach Day kind of being out a little bit, he's been great communication-wise. I mean, it's almost like another coach back there, coaching up the guys in front of him.
Your first half of football this season against Wheeling, the offensive line didn't do so hot, and Coach Day said there were some inspiring words at halftime from Coach Dutton. Are we allowed to air those words?
Probably not. No, probably not. But really just wanted to challenge them, I think. And we've never been scared to challenge those guys. They're not a group that will fold. When you challenge them, they do respond. And we challenged them this week just to be consistent. They'll come out. You get on them and you yell at them and challenge them. They'll come out and respond. But will they do it again the next day or the next drive or the next quarter? That's been our, really our Achilles tendon right now. And they did a great job so far this week. Hopefully a good day of practice today.
Talk about Tyon Battle really splashed onto the scene last week. 5 catches. Do you expect more games like that from him?
Absolutely. And just with the QBs, in and out, when they find a guy that's going to make plays for them, they're going to come to him a little bit more. And he's probably one of the smartest receivers we have. He puts himself in a great position to be successful. A former quarterback, so he knows coverages, and he's always asking those extra questions. I feel like I'm talking to a quarterback sometimes, and I'm like, just run your route. But no, he does a great job of just knowing how to get open, where to sit in holes, zone reads, all that stuff. So I think he'll continue to progress. Yeah.
Coach, talk about your relationship with your receivers coach. Andre London, you guys have coached together, and you've been friends since high school.
Yeah.
It has to help to have, that guy that you can kind of lean on a little bit.
Yeah, actually middle school. We go all the way back to middle school. Yeah. So this will be the second place we've coached at. So we played high school football together, college football together. Then we coached at Briarcliff together and then come here. And I keep trying to fire him, but he just
he just keeps coming back.
No, but it's great to have somebody in your corner that is going to echo whatever the message that you want, and you can trust him. And he does a lot with those receivers, goes above and beyond. Outside of football, just building those relationships with those guys. And, it definitely helps me as a coach when I know he'll echo exactly what we need message-wise.
Can you talk about the scouting report on Gannon's defense, what you see from them on film and what they do well?
Yeah, absolutely. They got some guys coming back from 2019 that made some plays. Safety, he's now number 1. He had 15 tackles against us in 2019. Really good player. I mean, he's all over the place. It feels like he's all over the place. Their box is big and physical and strong. The 2 interiors, 300 plus guys. So different guys than we've seen in the past few weeks. DNs are physical, but they're also fast. Great moves, pass rushing moves, and linebacker-wise, I know he's just a true freshman, but number 50, he's all over the place. He's a really, really good football player. He was definitely part of our scouting report of we have to know where this guy is at all times or he will make us pay. So up front in the box, older. In the back end, there's some younger pieces back there, but talented. I mean, they're you could tell each week they're getting better and better and starting to fit into the system and starting to play well within that system.
And then what do you guys have to do well to have success on offense today?
Yeah, and we talked about goals for us, and we set a few goals throughout the week, but I think it all boils down to our third down. If you look at every week, we've challenged them for time of possession, and we've done well there. We challenged them, as far as in the red zone, getting touchdowns, and they did well there the last week. But we still haven't been able to hit a good third down conversion rate for us. So if we can be better on third downs and really just focus in, and that's, all younger teams I've ever coached for seem to struggle on third down, those big moments that really change a game. And we've done a lot this week in practice of going over third downs a little bit extra, walking through third downs, just those things so that we can be locked in those moments.
And I talked to Logan about converting from the red zone last week, and obviously he was able to do that for sure. So I know that's been a big emphasis for you guys.
Absolutely.
Being able to do that. All right, the most important question is we're going to bring up Coach May after you. Now, who do you think after these – you did a great job. Okay. Who do you think is going to do better, do you think, when it's all said and done? Because I have a feeling Coach Day's sitting out there watching right now.
Yeah.
If you want to give him a shout-out, too. Somebody's probably watching right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He was said he couldn't wait to watch this interview. So he knows I don't enjoy a lot of interviews and spotlights and things like that. So he was giving me a hard time throughout the week. But, no, I think I did better than he did.
Yeah. I would think you definitely did better than Coach Day did.
Yeah.
But he's going to have to evaluate and pick either you or Coach May to see who did the best.
Coach May is one of the best coaches I've ever coached with. So if he comes up here and interviews like he coaches, I'm going to be in trouble.
Oh, he's putting pressure on him now.
Absolutely.
Coach Dutton, thank you so much for your time, man. And hey, let's do this again, even when Coach Day is healthy. Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
All right, that is Coach Rob Dutton, the offensive coordinator for the Seton Hill Griffins. We will talk with defensive coordinator Kevin May right after this quick break on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
It's not just a home or a car. It's the 6 months you save for your Ultra HD flat screen, just in time for football season, and the overtime you worked for that third car, so your teen can drive himself to practice. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or combo, State Farm agent Alex Hetrick sees your home and car as things you work really hard for. Alex understands what your things really mean to you. Talk to State Farm agent Alex Hetrick in Murraysville for your home and auto insurance today.
Hi, I'm Juliana Nichols, and I'm a biochemistry major. I'm also part of the honors program and a resident assistant here at Seton Hill University. One of my favorite Seton Hill experiences was working on a chemistry and anthropology-based research project. I looked at new ways to prepare bones with applications to medicine and science. I intend to apply everything I've learned as a clinical pharmacist in the future. For this and so many other reasons, I'm very grateful for my Seton Hill experience.
And we continue on Griffin's Game Day on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Typically this segment we are talking about the opponent, and we will talk about the opponent, the Gannon Golden Knights, in just a moment. But with Coach Day out, we had a chance to talk with Coach Dutton, and now we talk with Kevin May, the defensive coordinator for the Seton Hill Griffins. Coach, thank you so much for taking some time out of your very busy schedule this week for joining us.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Pinch hitting for Coach Day. So talk a little bit about your background, as I mentioned, with Coach Dutton, and kind of where you're from, where you've coached, that kind of thing.
Sure. So I'm actually originally from California, just outside of Los Angeles, so far away from home here. I've kind of bounced around. I actually coached a year at my alma mater, Occidental College, down in Los Angeles, and then from there, I took a graduate assistant spot at the University of Wyoming. So I coached there for 2 years under two different staff, so really good opportunity for me to grow just football knowledge and connections, all that kind of stuff. From there, I went down to Texas A&M Kingsville. Mm-hmm. I was there for 4 years on the defensive side of the ball, coaching different positions and the special teams coordinator. And then from here, I came here to coach joined Coach Day at Seton Hill.
So where was the tie at? What made you decide to apply for the coaching position when Coach Day got here, and how have you enjoyed your time so far?
Sure. So my story is a little bit different than Coach Dutton. I didn't have a previous relationship with Coach Day. We didn't know each other, but we had a mutual friend that coached with them at St. Joe's. So Coach Day called him probably to try to hire him as a defensive coordinator, and he was at a spot where he was comfortable, and he had recommended me. And this mutual friend doesn't really have a lot of positive things to say about people, so I think the fact that he spoke highly of me, a good friend of mine, but we coached together in the past too at Wyoming, and he recommended me, and Coach Day called me, and we kind of hit it off, and didn't really talk a whole lot of X's and O's, just more about philosophy and culture, that kind of thing. And from there, when he got the job, he gave me a call and asked me to be the guy and gave me a shot.
Well, I want to talk about your defense, but before I do, the one thing I didn't really address with Coach Dutton is what the challenge has been like not having your head coach. Last week you're not going to have Dan, of course, again against Gannon on Friday. What kind of things did you guys have to change, and how's everything kind of being handled by the coaching staff?
Yeah, I think we all adapted pretty well. I think we tried to make it as little of a distraction to our players as we could, so any hiccups we kind of handled internally and didn't make it seem like there was a problem, and there really wasn't a whole lot of hiccups. I think what Coach Day does a good job of is he's pretty hands-on in terms of making sure our kids are wearing the right thing or at the appropriate times. He always has this little reminder, so those were something that we had to think of, make sure we're on top of that without him being there. But I think it was pretty seamless. Even the game day operation, I'm on the defensive side of the ball, and I don't interact with him as much on game day, but I think we did a good job just kind of divvying up the responsibilities and making it as seamless as we could without having it to hinder us a whole lot. I think it was pretty smooth.
Coach, not the start that you wanted last week. Gave up 14 points in the first quarter, but you finished the game allowing just 3 points over the next 3 quarters. So what kind of broke down for you defensively in that first quarter, and then what allowed you to play the same defense you've been playing all year the next 3?
Sure. Yeah, it was really 2 plays, 2 big pass plays, and one of them just a simple leverage issue. We were playing man, and we should have been outside leverage, and we were inside leverage. And then one of them was a little bit of a breakdown in communication. We had a check called, and half our defense was playing one defense, and half the defense was playing the other, and we kind of got lined up late, and just kind of a bust on the back end to give a free one there. And then, after that, we kind of settled down and locked back in, and were able to execute the rest of the game and kind of take care of business from then on.
Well, your defense has been nothing short of incredible this year, for Seton Hill. A lot of fun to watch. What has been the key to your success on that side of the ball, would you say?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is our effort. We talk all the time. We say code red. It's a mentality for us, and it's something that we believe in and we preach. And year one, we had to spend a lot of time of doing drills in practice to teach our guys to run to the ball and take proper angles. And we spent a lot of time in the COVID season, learning all that stuff. Now it's second nature to us. Our guys run to the football, so we're cleaning up other people's mistakes. So if one person misses a tackle, there's usually someone else to clean it up right away instead of letting that be a 60-yard gain or something. Effort, I think, is the biggest thing that we're not having to harp on. And then also, I think just having this extra year, in 2019, we were intentionally very simple on defense, just kind of learning the basics of what we were doing. But having all this time in this COVID year to expand on our defense and have all this meeting time and individual practice time so our kids could really grow in the scheme, because of that, we've been able to become pretty multiple and even game to game have a lot of adjustments and checks and put ourselves in the best position to stop what we think is going to come. So I think the combination of those, our players really buying into what we're doing, and then having the kind of layers to our calls has been big for us.
Talking with Coach Day, game in and game out, talk about how great the defense has played, but he always says you're not satisfied.
Yeah.
So what things, because it's not evident to the naked eye, but what are some of the things as a defensive coordinator, as a coach, that you see your defense obviously every day, can you guys get better at right now?
Yeah, and let me start. I don't want to take anything away from our kids. They're playing great football, and I think in 2019 we were a lot better on defense that they've been in the past, so they were kind of satisfied, and I was frustrated because I wasn't where we wanted to be, but our kids were like, well, we're so much better. This year, I think it's almost the same issue to a next level. We're playing pretty well, but like you look at the first quarter of the Mercyhurst game, there's still two big free plays, and that was the first 2 drives of that game. We gave up 128 yards, and the rest of the game, the entire game, we gave up 68 total yards.
Wow.
So to me, I look at if we just give away those 2 free ones, we could be playing pretty dominant defense. In the nature of our season right now, we're in pretty low-scoring football game. So for us to be pretty nails on defense is important to us to not give up free ones. So my frustration is not overall. I'm very satisfied where we are overall, but I do think there's always room for improvement. I don't ask our kids to be perfect, but we just can't give up the free ones like we gave up early in that game.
So we can really put names in a hat and just pick them out in terms of who has stood out this year on defense. But in your eyes, Coach, who's really stood out defensively?
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think at all positions there's at least one player that stood out. I think leadership-wise, Emberton Gaines has been huge for us. There's been moments of adversity this season. He's kind of rallied the troops and got them to focus where, in 2019 we probably would have folded. So he's been huge. Jalen McDuffie's been making plays all over the field. I think both Jaden Mack and Nario Walks were guys that we told them in 2019 they weren't playing good enough football for us, and they both responded and are better versions of themselves this year. Shane Noble's been playing great in the back end. He's pretty much locked down on his side of the field. We moved positions for him this year to kind of be more of an impact player. He's been doing that. We got two young corners, DeMonte Pratt and Cartier Gray. They're playing good football for us. First time starting college football. We got two free safeties playing. Alton and Wade are both rotating back there, and they've both made plays. And up front, really, our D-line, we got three nose tackles that could all play really well for us. Dio Desua is just a man-child up there. He's doing good things. But all three of those guys, K-Van, all three of those guys play a lot of football. And then Nelson Gideon is a guy who has grown a lot since we got here. He's grown a lot. He's one of the hardest workers we've been around, just polishing himself. He knows what he needed to work on in the offseason. He spent a lot of time working, and he's had a lot of success because of that. And Justice Griffin, he's been an anchor for us, especially in the run game, doing good things up there. So I think, I don't know, I just named our whole defense. I don't know. Right. But we got a lot of guys that are stepping up right now.
Go through the whole too deep, I guess, with everybody. But no, that was great. When you look at where the program is now, even when you guys first took over, how much is it a night and day difference? Because a lot of people we talk to say that it really is.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is culturally. Culturally, when we got here, it wasn't in a great place, and I think we've been able to build it. And we got more talent. The weight room and stuff's been huge for us, but just culturally, we're in a much better place, which is allowing us to win close football games and be in close football games.
Can you give us a little scouting report on Gannon's offense and what they like to do?
Yeah, they do some good stuff. They're a well-coached team. Their coaches do a good job. Every game they play, they have some play they're scheming up to beat that opponent's defense. We're going to get some wrinkle. We're going to get something. Their quarterback is a 6'4", 260-pound kid that can sling it. He's got a big-time arm, can make all the throws. They got skill positions, guys that are talented at every position. Some guys are older, some are younger. They're relatively young up front. A lot of new stars on the O-line, but they move well. They're light, but they could run. They match their scheme well. But their quarterback's the real deal. He can make all the throws. He gets them in the right calls. He does a good job back there commanding the offense. So we're going to have our hands full for sure.
Now, with youth up front, does that mean you'd like to maybe try to mix up blitzes and try to confuse them a little bit?
Yeah, I think that's the nature of our defense anyway. We're a pretty different configuration, and I think it always helps going against a younger team. Should help, but definitely take advantage of that.
I know you've kind of touched on these already, but your keys to success today defensively then.
Yeah, so our kids know, Coach Day will laugh about it. Our goal,
stop the run.
Stop the run. That's always our goal, stop the run.
I've learned that from week one.
No doubt. And if we could do that and earn the right to rush the passer on third down, we'll be able to dial up some pressure. I think our second key is to make their quarterback uncomfortable. If he's sitting back there with time, he's going to make all the throws. So I think we got to make him uncomfortable early and just kind of get him off the mark. And then eliminating the explosive plays. They're going to have some wrinkle. They're going to have something to try to get us on a chunk play, and we got to make sure we're eliminating those and being able just to eliminate the free ones and line up and keep playing defense.
I guess I should have asked Coach Dutton this next question as well in terms of the best Dan Day story that you can possibly air here.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about Coach Day, because I love talking to him every week, man. He's infectious.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about what he's like on the field and in the locker room and everything.
Yeah. I think he's consistent. He's consistent. He's great with our players. He's got a good personality, can relate to them. But they respect him, and he could be hard on them too. And there's a lot of times, especially as a young coach, there's a tough balance between, okay, now I'm serious and I'm yelling at you versus, okay, now I could joke with you. And I think he's going to do a good job of building a relationship with those kids where they know he cares about them, but could also flip the switch. Same with us as coaches. We all have good relationships. We hang out off the field, but he also commands our respect. And we there's no secret who the leader is, but he does a good job flipping that back and forth. In terms of a story, the only thing that comes to mind is my buddy, our mutual friend that put me in touch with him. His name is Greg. And probably for about 3 months when I worked here, he'd always call me Greg. And I don't know, we look similar enough, so he'd always call me Greg. So I knew the time he finally started calling me Kevin, I knew he probably do something right. I don't know, maybe I do something right. But yeah, I was Greg for a while there. So
you had to earn that Kevin.
No doubt.
You're able to do that. So he's always said he's a big Madden guy, and I can't believe so I talked to Coach Day before I talked with you guys. You became the #1 ranked Madden player in the world over COVID? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm proud of that or not, but for PlayStation or whatever, on the head-to-head stuff.
Listen, he's been all humble now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Coach Day's fault because we were at his house before all the COVID stuff really hit for some get-together as coaches, and he was actually finishing up a Madden game, and I haven't played a video game in years, and he just said, hey, Kev, could you finish this game for me? So it, got the addiction back, I guess, or something.
Wow.
I didn't even have a PlayStation. I didn't have all the right stuff. But then once we really got into quarantine, things were slowing down.
What else can you do, I guess,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
I mean,
so then
stuck at home.
I wasn't just going to play it to do it, so I started to get decent, and then that was my goal to be #1. And then I had a 100-game winning streak, and I was #1, and I retired. I said, I'm done.
That's unbelievable. You just put the remote down, and you picked it up since.
No.
I mean,
and I won't.
Are you kidding me?
Unless we get some kind of major world event where we quarantine again.
Well, yeah, let's not do that.
I'm not going to have the time to do that. But
wow, what a story that is. You ascended all the way to the top, and then you're just like, you know what, I'm done.
Yeah.
You decided to hang it up while you're at the top. That's probably for the best.
Yep. And we started to pick things back up around that time.
Right.
So
time to get back to work.
Yep.
So who did you usually choose as your team then?
Yeah, so I was the 49ers. I ran the ball almost every play, and I played good defense. I don't know if that surprises you or not, but that was my goal.
Not at all.
Play good defense, run the football, and find a way to win.
I remember back in well, I guess we're around the same age, I think. The Michael Vick Atlanta Falcons.
Yep.
Everybody would choose them when they played online and just run Vick everywhere and just basically cheat.
That was Lamar Miller in this newer version.
But I remember, anytime anyone picked,
Lamar Jackson.
Jackson.
Right.
But anytime anyone picked Atlanta, like I'd be like, all right, I'm getting out of here.
Right.
Like you need to get back out if you saw that.
Yeah.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. You guys were great to talk to, and the combination of you guys really, I think, rival Coach Day. So
I mean that's
we may have to talk to you guys every week, especially if we win this week.
Yeah.
May have to
got to keep it going.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate
that is
it.
Kevin May, defensive coordinator for the Seton Hill Griffins. We will continue right after these messages as Sean and TJ will rejoin you from off the field on homecoming for Griffins football here 2021.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Dr. Scott Learn and his dental team have been caring for the community for over 20 years. Dr. Learn offers a wide variety of dental services, including oral exams, gingivitis treatments, crowns, veneers, and more. He even makes custom sports mouth guards. Call 724-537-3314 or visit scottelearndmd.com. Dr. Scott Learn General and Cosmetic Dentistry in Latrobe, giving you the confidence to enjoy your smile.
Your next golf adventure awaits at Manor Valley Golf Course in Export. Manor Valley offers 18 scenic holes over gentle sloping fairways and the purest putting surfaces around. Manor Valley Golf Course in Export is the perfect place to host your next golf outing, banquet party, or shower. Manor Valley also offers league play and great membership rates. Tee times available. Call 724-744-4242. Visit ManorValleyGC.com.
It's not just a home or a car. It's the 6 months you save for your Ultra HD flat screen, just in time for football season, and the overtime you worked for that third car, so your teen can drive himself to practice. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or combo, State Farm agent Alex Hetrick sees your home and car as things you work really hard for. Alex understands what your things really mean to you. Talk to State Farm agent Alex Hetrick in Murraysville for your home and auto insurance today.
Just about set for this one to get underway between Seton Hill and Gannon University on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Homecoming. And TJ, we also saw the Hall of Fame inductees during those interviews here at Offutt Field, and always an exciting time of year for homecoming, and then for some former greats with all Seton Hill athletics to go into the Hall of Fame, including a tremendous football player in Tyler Zimmer, who is now an assistant coach at Greensburg Central Catholic.
Yep.
One of the all-time great baseball players as well, as you see right there, Nick Sell, a record holder in many offensive categories for the Griffins. Hall of Famers in attendance, and maybe someday, TJ, when we look back 5-10 years down the road, maybe there'll be some of these current Griffins taking the field today who will also be inducted eventually if things go according to plan. This is already a successful season based on the record compared to past years. You go back to the struggles that this program has had in recent memory. They won 2 games in 2019, going 2-8. Obviously, they did not play a season in 2020. They won just once in 2018, and they were winless in 2017. So you add it all up, you get 3 wins. So far through 6 games this season, they have 3 wins and a chance to get number 4 and to go back above 500 and to get a significant conference victory as well. We talk so much about this defense, and obviously the special teams has loomed large. You just wonder, will they eventually put it together offensively? And this is a defense on the other side with the Golden Knights that has struggled on that side of the football. They are permitting more than 32 points per game. So this might be as good of an opportunity as any for Seton Hill to finally get the offense on track here at home.
Yeah, that's really, that's pretty much been the theme all year, as we've said, Sean. The offense has struggled and the defense has really carried the team. And offensively, here's a number for you. Seton Hill has scored the 15th least amount of points in the league this season. So, obviously there's been, a main thing of that is the quarterback position. They started with Chris Jones, and then they've tried other guys, and now they're down to their 4th string quarterback now. So I think that's probably a lot of the reason until they find who the quarterback's going to be, and once they settle in. Finally, the running game is coming along. We've talked about Logan Weiland, and they have some pretty talented receivers as well. The problem there now, the quarterback and the receivers have to get on the same page as well. But we've seen glimpses of the offense, from time to time this year. But again, it's just not been enough and not consistent enough throughout the season. That's really been the main problem.
And we'll try to update some of those scores. As you see, at last check, IUP was up big at Slippery Rock, 34-7 at one point. So that's very interesting. Now, IUP's a really good team, but it seemed like this might be the year for Slippery Rock. So we'll have to monitor that one. Remember, we saw Slippery Rock come here to Offutt and score a victory against the Griffins earlier this year. As Seton Hill will send this one away to get the contest underway. And number 63, Jack Wagner out there to boot it for the Griffs. Seton Hill clad in the black jerseys as we are underway. And the kick fielded inside the 10-yard line, and on the return is Chaz Davis, and Davis has a lot of room in front of him. Trying to take it to the house. There's a flag behind the play. He gets into the end zone, but the flag at the 39-yard line. We'll see if this stands. And I think the Griffins' reaction indicates that this one will be coming back.
Yeah, they're going to catch a big break here, because that would have been a disastrous way to start the game with a kickoff return, but they're going to be saved by a penalty. And again, we haven't seen a lot of problems, on special teams for Seton Hill this year. That's been probably the second strongest point behind the defense on this team. And usually they've been pretty good in coverage as well, as I said, on special teams. So that's a rare special teams breakdown. But again, I think they're going to be saved by the penalty here. And they are.
Yeah, you see the holding. Well, that would have been 90-plus yards on the return. That'll come off the board. And based on where the flag is, it looks like it's going to move it back to around the 30-yard line. Let's see if we can catch it. Well, there's just a massive humanity there. And not sure if it was... You see, there was a couple of different times where the Golden Knights sort of double-teamed the Griffins. You see two guys going to work there at the 35-yard line, so that might be it. And it negates what would have been a impact play right off the bat. So now for the second time they indicate the holding, and there's a personal foul that goes against Seton Hill.
Yep. So
I think we're just going to do it over.
Yep.
16 seconds elapsed, but we will get a re-kick.
So maybe Seton Hill learned not to kick it off to the same person.
Yeah, I don't think you want to give Chaz Davis the football once again. David Morgan is the other player back for Gannon. We mentioned Dan Day not here. He's the third-year head coach for Seton Hill. Hoping that he will be back on October 18th, 10 days after his positive test. On the other side, Eric Rayburn, the second-year head coach for Gannon. He was the OC back in 2019 before getting promoted. Wagner to do it again. Nope.
It's going to Davis.
Yeah, down to about the 2-yard line. And this one will not go for a touchdown for Davis. Much better job by the Griffins. And so it'll be Gannon with the opening possession, and it will be at the 21-yard line where the Golden Knights start this one.
We mentioned Corey Curtis, the quarterback, 5th in the league in total yards, 1,433, and 4th in the league in touchdowns.
Yeah, and he certainly drew some praise from Dan Day, the head coach for Seton Hill. We'll look at the starters for the Golden Knights and for Seton Hill defensively momentarily, as we have a flag coming. It has not been a pretty start to this contest.
False start.
Yep, that'll back up the Golden Knights. So offensively for them, along the line, number 74, Elijah Bacon, number 54, Jacob Pettit. The center is 67, Jordan Cavato, 76, Montana Neatert, and 56, Riley Noble is the starting line. Receivers, number 18, Johnny Freeman, number 4, Branson Staley, and number 20, Sam East. Melvin Blanks, number 2, is the running back. Alex Whitaker, 47, the tight end, and 17, Corey Curtis is the quarterback, as Blanks has some nice running room, and he's pushed out of bounds by Seiko Noble. A late hit, but not enough to draw the flag. However, nice pickup for Melvin Blanks as he's able to move the football out to about the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 15. Excuse me, that's a gain of 20 because of the 5-yard penalty. So a fresh set of downs already. Curtis looking to take a shot down the field and overthrows his intended target. Sam East had broken open, the leading receiver in terms of both receptions and yardage. East, the junior, unable to haul that one in.
That was a nicely, well, I'll say it was a nicely thrown ball, a little too far, but see the arm strength early of Corey Curtis.
And there you see East. So a 2nd and 10, ball at the 36-yard line. Just underway here, less than a minute into the opening quarter here at Offutt. Blanks, big gap up the middle, and he runs through it, gets to the 45, maybe an extra yard on the end, and they will spot him at the 46, and that's just enough to move the sticks. So another first down as Blanks continues to have success in the early going on the ground.
Pickup of 10, Jaden McDuffie on the stop. And again, right now, Griffin's no answers for Blanks in the early going.
Dual sidecars next to Curtis. Gives it to Blanks. He's directing traffic in terms of his blockers as a flag comes in after a pickup of about 6 yards. Blank seems like he has some running room, and he's also very patient, TJ.
He is. Good vision, finds those holes, and then accelerates. But we'll see if this is going to be on Gannon or it's going to be on Seton Hill here. Came in the umpire in the middle of the action, threw that flag. So that's usually in the area of holding.
Final score, IUP 48, Slippery Rock 21.
Wow.
So the Rock tastes defeat for the first time this season. Okay, so we're once again going to have a holding against Gannon and a horse collar against Seton Hill, so those will negate. It's the second time already, about a minute and a half into this game, that there's been offsetting penalties. That is extremely rare. So 1st and 10, ball at the 46-yard line. Branson Stanley comes in late, the receiver for the Golden Knights. There's a good look at him. Lining up next to Johnny Freeman. Pump fake, and incomplete through the hands of Freeman. That was a great job by Curtis to suck the defense in, and then it looked like he threw it where he could hit his receiver Freeman in stride, but unable to hang on.
Probably should have been one caught there, and if Freeman catches this, Sean, this is a touchdown, or maybe close. There is a defender down there, but I think he should have had that one.
Looking at the starting defense for the Griffins, Nelson Gideon, 95, and Justice Griffiths, 55 are the ends. Dio DeSua, number 90, is the nose. We'll get to the linebackers and secondary after this 2nd and 10 play. Man in motion is Stanley. Curtis has all day, takes a shot down the field, and again, it's a little too far. Stanley, the intended target. We have seen the arm strength of Curtis, but maybe not putting enough air underneath it or not enough touch on it as it falls incomplete.
Yeah, that's been the issue, as I said earlier there. He's got the arm strength, but not on target with the receivers at this point. But if they do get on in the same page, look out here.
Linebackers for Seton Hill, number 7, Jaden Mack, number 1, Jaden Everton Gaines, number 6, Nario Walks, and 9, Jalen McDuffie. The cornerbacks, 20, DeMonte Pratt and Cartier Gray, 33. Free safeties, 41, Alexander Wade, as we have another whistle. This time it is a timeout. Seiko Noble Jr., number 2, is a strong safety. We'll take a break with 12:55 remaining in a scoreless first quarter. Seton Hill and Gannon right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Ryan DeShyla Jordan, and I'm a musical theater major, and the Seton Hill Theater and Dance Department is where I call home. At first, I wasn't sure I'd fit in, but it was a major turning point for me when I started joining clubs and doing fun things around campus, like the step team and singing my heart out at karaoke nights. I'm also a resident assistant, so I can help other students have their own great Seton Hill experience. Now, I'm not afraid to try anything.
Griffin's trying to come up with the defensive stand here as the Golden Knights began this drive at the 21. They have now near midfield at 46-yard line in their own territory. A 3rd and 10 upcoming. Curtis has a snap. Under pressure, takes a hit, but completes the pass. The Griffins saying incomplete. What's the call? It is caught by Damaris Freeman, who made a nice slide and grab. Curtis absolutely got hammered by the blitzing Nario Walks, but gets the completion. And it looked like maybe that ball had slipped out. But a first down to the 41-yard line. Blanks gets a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards before he's wrestled down. Blanks has been very active on this opening drive.
Yeah, he's got I believe that's going to be his 3rd carry. Going into that, he had 2 carries for 29. Curtis so far 1 of 4 for 13 yards. Blank's now 3 of 33.
There's the Hall of Famer, Tyler Zimmer. 2nd and 6. Pass incomplete. Looks like East was just not able to get free quick enough as Nario Walks had him contained.
And that was because it also, Curtis had to rush that throw because Jaden Mack was right in his face.
Now these linebackers, TJ, it just seems like each and every week they continue to impact the game. They were outstanding last week in the victory against Mercyhurst. McDuffie, 10 tackles and 2 sacks. Walks with 9 tackles and a sack. Everton Gaines with 8 tackles and an interception. 3rd and 6, ball at the 37-yard line. Pass is complete. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks to be about a yard shy of the sticks as Damaris Freeman again makes the catch. And it'll bring up a 4th down decision for head coach Eric Rayburn.
Yeah, it was Pratt and Mack on the stop there, and Gannon's going to go for it.
And Curtis, a big body. There's some flinching, and a flag comes flying. It should be a false start against the Golden Knights. It is. So now maybe a reconsider, although probably too far for a field goal. Eric Scarpino's long is 45, but this would eclipse that by a decent margin.
And
I don't think you gain a lot from punting here.
Looks like the offense is staying out there for now.
This would be about 55 yards, probably too far realistically for a field goal. So Curtis will work out of the gun. Under pressure, gets it off, incomplete. It was just behind East. If he's able to hang on, it's a 1st down, but he cannot make the catch. And the Griffins stand tall, forcing the turnover on downs.
Big stop there.
And now a little bit of physicality or extracurriculars after the whistle, but the officials step in. We've already seen a lot of flags. Certainly the Griffins don't want to take any more after they get this 4th down stop. And good pressure provided by Nelson Gideon.
And I think we didn't see that on there when Curtis went to step up. He slipped, lost his footing a little bit as well, so I think that also played an impact on that throw. But nonetheless, big stop for the Seton Hill defense, and now we see their offense for the first time.
It begins at the 38-yard line. McCormick under pressure, gets it off, passes complete. Wrestled down pretty quickly, however, is Ryan Thomas. Thomas, the former Greensburg-Salem Golden Lion, playing at the same home field as when he was in high school.
Yeah, had a good career at GS.
No gain on the play.
I believe he was their tight end. He was also the punter, and I don't remember what he played on defense.
Quick pass, incomplete. The intended target, Todd Phillips, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 10, and this is what the Griffins certainly want to avoid.
There was Jordan Tolliver on the coverage, and again, you don't want to be putting yourself in with a quarterback only making his 2nd start in McCormick. You need to get it into more 2nd and 3rd and manageable, so this is going to be tough here on a 3rd and 12 or a 3rd and 10.
And that's where the running game can help on those 1st and 2nd downs. McCormick. Pass is complete. And it's going to be real close.
It's
Kurt
close.
Atkins on the reception. The Griffins think it's enough for the 1st down.
And it is. That was Tolliver again and McNeil on the coverage there. But a nice pass play and a big 1st down for the Griffins to keep the drive going very close to midfield now.
Atkins had a good week of practice, according to the coaches for Seton Hill.
He had a good career at Washington High School.
That's his 1st catch of the season. As Weiland, not much running room there. Weiland was such a workhorse last week, TJ, because Jaquan McGriff was banged up, not at full strength. I think that he'll be available a little bit more in this one, but Weiland almost out of necessity had to carry it so many times last week, and certainly was working too. So it's
big time. Yeah,
you needed him, and he delivered.
And he's shown that, how many times this year.
Just a 1-yard pickup makes it 2nd and 9. 9:20 remaining in this scoreless opening quarter. Nice pocket for McCormick, but airmails that attempt well high, looking for Phillips. Phillips is a guy that hasn't put up great stats, CJ, but I think he's shown a decent amount. He certainly has the size at 6'4" to go up and grab a lot of those balls.
Yeah, I agree. And again, without Michael Alardo, they're looking for guys in that receiving core to try to step in and fill that role.
Yeah, certainly not easy to replace a terrific player like Alardo. Another pass. This one high in the air, but over the head of Atkins. We've seen both quarterbacks take shots down the field. Now, talking to Coach Day, he said he thought that the play action would allow the Griffins to take some shots, but that time too far for Atkins, and it'll force a punt.
As we see there with McCormick, I think I said this before too. I mean, I like his arm. He's got a good arm. He's got the, he could throw the ball deep and, any of the passes, but he's just not on the same page yet. And again, I mean, it's only his second start, so obviously it's going to take him some time, but he's done a good job, I guess, managing things, to this point.
Hunter Miller punts it away. It is a high punt, and it bounces and then is grabbed. So the fair catch off of the bounce moves the football to the 11-yard line. That was Davis, who had a touchdown return negated earlier by penalty, who ultimately snagged that one. So it'll be the 11-yard line where the Golden Knights begin their second drive.
Yeah, long field to go for the Golden Knights. Curtis so far 2 of 7 for 17. Blanks 3 of 33. Rushing, and Freeman 2 of 17 receiving.
That's DeMaurice Freeman.
Yes.
Johnny Freeman, the other receiver for the Golden Knights. There's a handoff. Not a lot of room there for Antonio Wright, the redshirt freshman, as he does a nice job just getting a yard, it appears, off of it.
Yeah, nice job by Seton Hill up front in all the gaps there.
Our producer today, Dan Flicking, or Nick D'Onofrio, manning the camera. We are sans Chris Smith and Marcus Weekland. We're almost at half strength today, TJ. Just doesn't feel the same as that pass incomplete. Stanley, the intended target, tight coverage on him by this strong safety, Seiko Noble Jr.
And Noble Jr. all over that one there. You'll see it again here.
There was some late pressure by McDuffie as well that maybe forced that errant throw from Curtis.
Yeah, the ball just through his fingertips here. So this is going to be a 3rd and 7 so far today. 1 for 2 for Gannon on 3rd down.
Curtis out of the gun. And another flag comes in. It has been a penalty-filled opening quarter here.
Well, technically, I mean, that's another false start on Gannon. Technically, that's the 3rd penalty of the game because a bunch of those were offsetting penalties.
Right.
So 3 penalties for 15 for Gannon so far.
Joshua DeRiesma checks in for Seton Hill, number 99. This one thrown deep down the field. Wow. 3 Griffins around the football as it falls incomplete. The intended target east. Probably not the best decision there by Curtis.
No, not at all. We had Noble Jr. was back there. Jones Jr., just 2 of the guys. But yeah, and there was some pressure as well on Curtis as well. So give Seton Hill credit for getting to the quarterback. And now for Seton Hill here, chance to try to flip the field position here and maybe get some decent field position up around midfield.
Well, as you just found out with your papers, TJ, the wind is playing a little bit of a factor here as well. And so when you throw those long passes, sometimes that wind can wreak havoc.
High snap, not a good punt.
And that's Isaac West, the punter, as this one will trickle to about the 45, so a fortuitous roll on the end. There you see the flag indicating maybe what we're dealing with here today.
Windy, cool.
Yeah, it's a lot different from yesterday, right?
A lot different, yes. We went from, summer to fall in a matter of like 24 hours. And, of course, it rained. I mean, again, it's a turf field here, but still, it rained a lot overnight and this morning, so it still could be, slippery out there. We've seen some guys already lose their footing. No rain now. Hopefully that's over. But the weather definitely an impact in today's game.
McCormick under center. Hands off to Weiland. Nice burst by Logan Weiland. He's going to be close to the sticks. This brought him a yard shy. 9-yard pickup on first down for the redshirt senior.
That was Chris Farnsworth on the stop, but a nice job there by Weiland. You'll see it right up the guts.
Seton Hill has been forced to make some changes along the offensive line. We'll get to the starters after this. Oh, now they've changed it to a first down. Okay. Better late than never. McCormick's going to take a quick pass attempt. It is complete at about the 39-yard line. Taro Gaither hauls it in. So looking at the offense for Seton Hill, left to right along the line, 66 Daniel Morales, 79 Prince McCarthy, 77 Zachary Kintner, 74 Kai Marshall, and 75 Paul Newell. The receivers, number 11 John Makel, the 4, 17 Mark Bales, and the most recent recipient of a pass, Taro Gaither, number 10. Number 8 Logan Weiland, the running back. Daniel Casimir, 44, the tight end, behind number 12, McCormick, the quarterback. As Weiland, another nice gain. And it's a new, fresh set of downs for Seton Hill, so we're finding some success on the ground here for the Griffins on this drive.
That's going to be the third carry for Weiland. Look at that, sneaks through a small hole there and gets a little bit of extra yardage after the run.
So Sean Berry, one of the really good linemen for this Griffins team, was injured last week late in the game against Mercyhurst, and he is out today and possibly for a while to come. Is Weiland again? Well, he's starting to show some carryover from his successful afternoon a week ago.
Yeah, he's getting rolling. That's what I said. And again, a rookie quarterback in there. Go with Weiland. He's shown that he can run the ball and pretty much carried the team last week on the offensive side of the ball.
So Barry out. He was the starting left tackle. So they shifted Daniel Morales from the right tackle to the left tackle, and former Hempfield area Spartan Paul Newell, 75, enters at right tackle. He's a sophomore, is Newell. Weiland this time nowhere to go as he is brought down by Nick White.
Yeah. Give credit to White, broke right through there, and no chance for Weiland there. Picked up, 1 yard on that one or two.
It's been a bit of a maligned defense, as we mentioned, permitting 32.5 points per game this season for the Golden Knights. Seton Hill trying to get on the board first. Approaching the red zone with the ball at the 23. It's a 3rd and 1. Thomas goes in motion. McCormick, quick pass. Weiland has it, but he's brought down for a loss. Oh, that's a tough break there for the Griffins. They cannot afford to go backwards, and now it's either going to be a long field goal or you're going to have to try to convert a 4th and what's now close to long.
That was Cameron Jenkins in there for that stop, and they're going to be at the 29, so they lost about 6 yards on that play. And I don't know, with the wind here and everything.
The offense is going to stay out there. Remember, it was a 3rd and 1. That's now a 4th and 7.
Yeah.
McCormick has time to look. He's going to step up. He's got room in front of him. First down and more as the 6'6", 230-pounder. Maybe not the most natural runner, TJ, but effective in that instance.
Yeah, exactly right. Kind of worried there. You see how he's carrying the ball pretty loose. Luckily there was no one around because someone could have knocked that right out. But yeah, nothing downfield, and look at that. He saw all kind of green in front of him, and he picks up a big first down, converting that 4th and long situation.
I think that's the most frustrating thing for defenses, right?
Yes.
Good coverage, and yet the quarterback has a gaping hole to move the sticks. Weiland stays in bounds.
Yeah,
gets awfully close. Nice run by Logan Weiland.
Yeah, he's down to about the 3 or 4 yard line. They kept it here to the short side of the field, and see it again. Look at that big hole in Weiland. Once he gets through those holes, little fancy footwork there to pick up a few extra yards near the end of that play.
He's a yard shy of the first down stick, so it's a 2nd and 1 with the ball at the 3 yard line. Griffin's looking to strike first here in the opening quarter. Weiland swallowed up. So it'll bring up another 3rd down.
Yeah, Gannon all over that one there. He tried to run straight ahead, but the Golden Knights had everything controlled there.
Here's a good look at Logan Weiland from Vestal, New York.
He actually lost 2 on that play.
Yeah, those negative plays always make it more difficult. Griffins have converted a 4th down on this drive. Now they'll try to pick up a 1st down or preferably a touchdown. 3rd and 3, ball at the 5 yard line. So they need to get it to the 2 for a fresh set of downs. Weiland trying to stretch it out, and he never got to the corner.
No. Again, give credit to Gannon.
And now what do you do, TJ? You looking field goal here to get on the board?
I'm trying. I think in a normal circumstance, maybe you would try to go for this, but again, with the quarterback situation, maybe you try a field goal.
Well, they're going to keep the offense out.
Go for it.
They might maybe consider a timeout here, but no, it looks like they're
gonna go for it. At least line up to go for it.
It is about 2 yards to go on 4th down.
Give it to Weiland
from the 4 yard line. Weiland gets it. It's going to be close. It might be short. It's going to depend on the spot. Remember, he did not have to get into the end zone, just needed to get to the 2 yard line.
Doesn't look like he got it.
The Golden Knights celebrating.
And he did not get it. Boy, that's tough. Drive the whole way down the field and you turn the ball over on downs at the opponent's 3 yard line.
Now both teams now have turned it over on downs. You have to wonder if maybe that one will come back to haunt the Griffs.
Yep. Now for Gannon, here's a danger zone here. You're on your 3 yard line, and how many times have we seen things bad happen to Seton Hill in a position like this where either was a snap over the quarterback or over the punter's head and go out of the end zone? So if you're Gannon here, you want to just try to get some kind of breathing room out of the shadow of your own goalpost here.
Mentioned that the defensive coordinator, Kevin May, making those decisions with OC Robert Dutton up here in the booth. 1st down handoff and a give to Blanks, who is upended, but he gets a couple of yards there. And really, I think on 1st down, when you're that deep, you just want to get 2 or 3 yards, give yourself a little bit of breathing room. Yeah. That's exactly what Gannon did.
Yep, exactly. And like I just said, you want to make sure you don't have anything go wrong where you turn the ball over this deep in your own territory. Really a dangerous area.
Curtis fakes the handoff. He's under some pressure, gets rid of it. Pass is complete to Isaiah Pay, the backup tight end. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
And about 4 on the play. That was Jaden Mack again on that stop. So it makes this a 3rd down and more manageable now for Gannon, where they are 1 of 3 so far on the day.
Good open field tackle there by Mack. Ball at the 10 for Gannon, nearing the final minute of this opening quarter. Now they call it a 3rd and 2. Fake of the handoff, and it's Curtis, the quarterback, who keeps it, and he'll move the sticks. Again, both of these quarterbacks, they are big, big boys, and at 252 pounds, showing some strength that time, Corey Curtis.
Yeah, it's a huge 1st down to keep this drive going for Gannon, especially in the shadow of your own goalpost. And just like we saw a couple minutes ago with McCormick using his legs to get a 1st down, right on the other side, Curtis does the exact same thing.
Ball to the 21 yard line. Curtis looks to pass. He's going to take a shot deep down the field. And it is incomplete. Stanley had created some separation at the end of that, but could not complete the catch. We've seen a few times balls that looked like they were on target, and the Golden Knights receivers haven't been able to finish it.
And that was nice coverage by Gray there for Seton Hill. But again, another well-thrown ball, as you said, Sean, and just couldn't complete the catch.
Blanks on the ground, bounces off the first tackle, showing some great strength as he will get a first down gainer. Nice run by Melvin Blanks, a WPIAL product from North Hills High School. I talked to Coach Day, and he said, unlike Mercyhurst, where Seton Hill and Mercyhurst go toe-to-toe for some of these recruiting battles, Gannon really recruits a completely different territory than the Griffins as they go back to Blanks, and he gets a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards. Golden Knights go heavy into Ohio, and he said they also have a pretty significant recruiting pocket in Florida. As the first quarter comes to a conclusion, it is scoreless between Seton Hill and Gannon. Homecoming at Offutt Field as we continue our coverage on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Tyler Zimmer, owner of Alpha Leap Performance and Fitness, located in Export. We are a 7,000 square foot sports performance and fitness facility, and we offer 24/7 open gym memberships, small group training, sports performance training, and we also have a group fitness class. You have an hour with me, but how can I impact these kids when they leave my facility? How can I make them happier, stronger mentally, stronger physically, stronger spiritually to take on what the world and these people throw at you? If you dominate the little things in life, you're going to dominate the big things. It's very apparent.
The Westmoreland Sports Network is available on social media. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and like our page on Facebook for the latest Westmoreland County sports news, WSN broadcast links, scores, game stories, videos, pictures, and much, much more. Also be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for archived interviews and broadcast highlights. The Westmoreland Sports Network is available whenever and however you want it.
We begin the second quarter. Sean Myers, TJ DeStefano, both on the recovery trail here at Offutt Field. Blanks gets the handoff, a lot of room in front of him. Good downfield blocking, and Blanks turns it up into Griffin's territory. Well, the passing has been off a little bit for Gannon, but Melvin Blanks has had a lot of success in this one.
He has, Sean. Walks and Emberton Gaines get a big tackle there. If not, Blanks still might be running, and coming into that play, Blanks 6 carries for 51 yards, an average of 8.5 so far, and he's been the big workhorse so far for the Golden Knights, now up to 7 for 67.
Curtis, he's going to step up as he gets a positive gainer, walks in on the tackle.
Yeah, Curtis so far 3 of 11, 22 yards.
Yeah, and he's missed on some of those throws, but he's also given his receivers a couple of opportunities that they ultimately did not make the plays on.
He has, and he's also rushed 2 times for 12 yards. And as I mentioned earlier, their leading receivers, Friedman, with 2 of 17.
Curtis had not taken any quarterback snaps at Gannon prior to this season. As the play goes to right that time, the reserve running back, and he gets a first down pickup.
Noble Jr. on the stop there. Well, if you would have told me that Curtis never took a snap at Gannon, I wouldn't believe you.
Well, you would believe me, right? I mean, you know that I'm an honest man.
Sometimes.
Yes. Ball to the 36, 1st and 10 for Gannon. Wow. This one sent deep down the field as a flag comes in. The intended target was Damaris Freeman, and the flag comes around the end of that route.
2 flags. And that was 33. That was Gray on the coverage. Holding, I think he said holding defense. Boy, I didn't know it was a mouth reader.
The many talents of TJ DeStefano.
No, I got none, man.
It was both Gideon and Cohen who were trying to apply the pressure there, but just got there a split second late. So another first down on the penalty.
That'll technically be Seton Hill's first penalty of the day.
Technically.
Technically, yes, with the quotes. Gannon has 3.
Curtis, quick pass, it is complete, and that's Whitaker, and he stays on his feet into the end zone. 26-yard score for the tight end Alex Whitaker, his team leading 5th touchdown receiving.
Yeah, he was wide open. Curtis found him. I believe you'll see on the replay there was a missed tackle in there somewhere by Seton Hill. If they're able to make that tackle, that might not have been a touchdown. But again, nice throw. Whitaker goes up to get it right. It's going to be right there. I believe that was Noble Jr. that missed that tackle. But Gannon puts together an impressive drive, Sean, and they're on the board first.
And now Scarpino with the extra point attempt. The kick is up. It is good. Some players just have a knack for finding the end zone. Alex Whitaker, one of them. He has 11 receptions and now 5 touchdowns. 7-0 Gannon over Seton Hill, second quarter on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
You're always on the winning team with Bowser Chevrolet of Monroeville and Bowser Chevrolet Chippewa. Visit BowserChevrolet.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get the power of Bowser in your hands. With the new Chevy vehicles arriving weekly, reserve yours now at Bowser Chevrolet. See the full lineup of Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs at BowserChevrolet.com. Bowser Chevrolet, where the power of Bowser is yours.
If you had to file an insurance claim, would your insurance coverage score a touchdown, or would you be sacked for a financial loss? At Stevenson Insurance Associates, you'll call the right play when it comes to your insurance coverage. Don't fumble the opportunity to score points with our customer service and superior low-cost policies. You need to make the right call to Stevenson Insurance Associates at 724-832-9889.
After the touchdown, Gannon University's John Victor Oliveira kicks this one off. Fielded inside the 5 by Darnell Carey. Spins out of a tackle and gets beyond the 30, out to about the 32. Well, they had asked Carey to step up his play earlier in the season, TJ. And it looks as though he has done that recently, but it will be backed up on a penalty.
Yeah, how many times have we talked about Carey in the special teams game, and unfortunately here, nice return is going to be taken back from a block in the back penalty.
Yeah, that's not the first time that he's had a nice return negated, right? He had the 2 kickoff return touchdowns nullified by penalty.
Was that the Slippery Rock game? I believe it was.
Yes.
That last drive for Gannon, 10 plays, 97 yards, 416. Curtis to Whitaker, 26-yard touchdown pass.
So as a result of the penalty, the drive begins at the 11 for the Griffs. McCormick goes under center. Hands it off as another flag comes in. No running room that time for Logan Weiland. Let's see what the penalty is.
It's coming back again. No, it's a holding.
That would be a half the distance penalty.
So all of a sudden the penalty bug is biting Seton Hill. That's going to be their 3rd penalty now. So the penalties even up at 3.
Well, easy, TJ. You should know that one penalty can very quickly be offset by another.
That's about the 3rd time that happened today, I think, so far.
The holding, but an offside against the Golden Knights.
Okay.
You could go several weeks without seeing offsetting penalties, and we have 3 so far.
Yes.
In about 18 minutes of play. McCormick hands this one off, and we saw some good running on the last drive, but there hasn't been a lot of room on this one so far.
No, trying to go again to the short side of the field here, and got to give Gannon credit. They've been over there as Seton Hill's tried to stretch it out.
Oh, TJ, they're throwing stuff at you here. Well, some little gift bag souvenirs on homecoming. So the scoreboard has 3rd and 11. That's what our screen shows because it reflects the scoreboard, but it's actually 2nd and 11. McCormick.
Oh.
And his tight end, Casimir, was not ready for that one.
Yeah, it might have been a little behind him. I think that was 46, Rakeem Williams in there on the coverage. So now it's 3rd down. And now they're going to change the scoreboard. So Seton Hill, 1 of 4 on 3rd downs. You want to get, obviously you'd like to get this to keep the drive going. Even if you don't get it, you'd like to get some more yards so you're not punting from your own end zone here.
McCormick out of the gun. Steps up. He's going to run.
He's got it.
Look at McCormick. Slides down. A 1st down pickup.
Yeah, he slid down under leaping Cameron Jenkins. But again, that's the 2nd time we saw McCormick. Nothing doing. He took the ball, a back first slide, and a big 1st down conversion for the Griffins.
I don't know if Jenkins did it on purpose or not, but the fact that he completely missed worked out in his favor. Obviously, that's a penalty if he makes any contact there.
Mm-hmm.
Weiland sneaks through a little bit of a crack and then gets it out to about the 34-yard line.
That was Cam Snell on that stop.
You've become a defensive spotter extraordinaire.
Well, thank you.
Yes. 6-yard pickup.
Trying to help the team, man. Weiland up to 40 yards on 11 carries.
3 receivers to the right of the quarterback, McCormick. Instead, he gives off to Weiland. Runs into a wall. Gets maybe a yard as the sun starts to peek through.
I was just going to say that. Was that the sun coming through? Yeah, nothing there. Gannon everything controlled up front.
TJ, I cannot tell you how thrilled I am to see my favorite Griffins player back in the starting lineup, Prince McCarthy.
Oh, that's good, but I thought you were going to say you were thrilled to see me today.
Wow.
Well, I knew the answer.
Yeah,
but.
There's Big Prince. 360 pounds of him. Key member of this line.
Yes, he is.
Pass is complete.
Oh, wow.
And it's a 1st down pickup on the receiving end, Mark Bales. Just his 4th catch of the year.
It was a big completion. It was either Farnsworth or Tolliver who hung on there to swing him down, but not before the Griffins get another 1st down.
That was Tolliver. Bales, the transfer from the University of Maine. He was the top receiver on the recruiting board in 2020 for the Griffins. They didn't get him initially. There's Prince.
He's a big dude.
As they run in his direction, and Weiland gets a pickup of about 3 yards on 1st down.
That's Joseph Lasso on the stop that time. 52. Did you see him run off the field? He's a pretty big dude, too. 6'1", 259, a redshirt freshman from Columbia, Maryland.
Well, I'll correct you, TJ. I know it's not often. Luwazoo. Joseph Luwazoo.
Thank you for the correction.
Mako the 4th in motion. McGriff this time, and he's hit hard. Oh, they certainly have high hopes for the player they called Jai, but he has not really gotten on track too much this season. 63 carries, 233 yards, and 1 touchdown coming into this one. It's clearly been Weiland who has been the bell cow this season. 3rd and 6 upcoming for the Griffs.
3 of 6 on 3rd down. Yeah, McGriff's shown some bright spots, some promise at times. I think he was maybe shaken up by some injuries earlier in the season.
Yeah, he had just 1 carry last week.
Yeah.
Quick pass. It's going to be right near the sticks, maybe about a yard shy as Atkins hauled it in. They're going to say 1st down.
Yep. Big 1st down. Farnsworth was on the coverage, but he's just going to get that 1st down.
And no one here at Offutt Field is going to complain about it. But I think we have seen a number of times the officials They have very quickly said first down when it looked to be kind of right on the line.
And they don't measure anymore.
There's McGriff with a nice run as he gets a pickup of about 6 yards.
Mickens on the stop there. Those look like medical gloves, don't they? Blue gloves.
I think that there's maybe a little bit more to them. Hey, you know what? I like it because everyone's gonna wear the red gloves, right? Red or black or white would be the two common ones. So go with a different color.
That's right.
Maybe he'll come back with green in the second half. Well, the gloves didn't help him there as he is brought down for a loss and it'll bring up about a 3rd and 7. He's tackled right at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, 2-yard loss again. Gannon. Everything controlled up front there. It was just nowhere to go.
It's been a long, sustained drive.
33. That was Jenkins got in there, the first man.
By way of California. Ladera Ranch, California, and Orange Lutheran. 3rd and 7. McCormick. Pass is complete to a wide open target in Makel the 4th. He does step out of bounds, but man, there was a defensive breakdown that allowed Makel to run uncovered.
Big time, and I'll tell you what, if he doesn't step out of bounds, he might have got into the end zone, or he might have had another 10 yards or so. We'll have to see on the replay. Gonna get a nice throw by McCormick, wide open. And right there, he probably could have got another 5 or so yards. But again, a big conversion there and a first down.
Coach Day said that this defense for the Golden Knights almost exclusively cover 4, so they know what to expect and certainly have different ideas of how to attack it. And that time, Makel the 4th wide open. Great job just to get the handoff to Weiland as McCormick was being tackled before he even handed it off.
Yeah, it was by 52, and I don't remember how you pronounced his name, but he was in the backfield immediately.
Luizu.
There you go. Luizu.
Well, that's fortunate that that's not a fumble there.
Fumble, a sack. I mean, he was right through there. And luckily they'll be set up at 2nd and 10. But that could have been a lot worse.
7-0 Gannon, but the Griffins trying to put together a scoring drive to match it. Incomplete. No chance that time for the receiver, Taro Gaither. He's 6'1", needed to be about 7'1" to have a chance on that one. So to bring up another 3rd down. Seems like the Griffins have had a ton of 3rd and 4th downs already.
Yeah, and they are 5 of 8 on 3rd down so far today.
And 1 of 2 on 4th down?
And 1 of 2 on 4th down, yes. So another big one.
Well, they are probably right on the edge of Hogger's field goal range. He has a 47-yarder. That's where it would be from the 30. Football is out. And it is recovered by the Golden Knights at the 30-yard line.
Number 3, Jay Bullock. Or Bullock.
That's a heartbreaker for the Griffins. It was, by my count, a 14-play drive. They were within field goal range after McCormick had picked up a couple of positive yards, but the football came flying out and Bullock on top of it to recover the fumble.
Yeah, and again, we saw McCormick try to do something with his legs there, and he did pick up a positive gain, but unfortunately the ball comes out. I don't know if he just lost it or it was knocked out. We'll see it again here, but see how he's carrying the ball real loose. Yeah, he got the hit. When he got hit, it popped right out.
It looked like it was Keith Thompson who jarred it free. 30-yard line is where the drive begins. Wide open, and the pass is caught, and this is a big gainer. Antonio Wright, the running back, uncovered out of the backfield. You saw former quarterback at Seton Hill, Ryan Barabee, now an assistant coach, talking to McCormick. And those are the types of plays that really swing a game, and certainly momentum one way or the other.
Yeah, it's a huge momentum swing. In that last pass play, a 25-yard pass play.
Now, it looked like a false start there. but the play continues, and Wright gets a nice gainer of about 8 yards. Thought for sure that one of the linemen had moved early. It's not quite 8 yards, so call it a 7-yard pickup.
Yeah, so huge momentum swing there. Now Gannon moving the football on offense again.
And this defense has been up to the test more times than not this year.
Yep.
Handoff once more to Antonio Wright. There's a couple of players for the Golden Knights go down away from the play.
To Justice Griffin, one of the guys in there on that stop. Gets it inside the 35, so about a 4-yard pickup there.
First down at the 34 for the Golden Knights, trying to make this a 2-score game. Curtis is going to take a shot. One-on-one coverage. A lot of contact. Incomplete. No flag. Good job by Cartier-Gray defending Johnny Freeman.
Yep. Great coverage there. See it again here. Going step for step. As you said, there was contact both ways, so good no call there on interference.
Yeah, Gray didn't really get his head around, but I don't think he ran through the receiver. And that's so many times you see the quarterback intentionally underthrow it so that the receiver, in coming back to the ball, makes contact with the defensive back. 2nd and 10. High snap. Wright has it, and he has some room. Shoestring tackle by Eberton Gaines, but nice pickup by Antonio Wright. He's been pretty impressive as a reserve running back.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of blanks. Now Wright so far 4 carries for 24 yards. Again, nice job there, as you mentioned, by Eberton Gaines as Wright tried to get around the corner there.
Wearing that special number 1 that is earned as the top leader of the team. Pump fake. Curtis extending the play, takes a shot, and a pass interference on Gray. And quite frankly, TJ, maybe not a bad penalty if he was clearly beaten, which it looked like he was, to bring down the receiver and to live to fight another down.
And there was a big hit you mentioned on Curtis by McDuffie in the backfield.
As the officials will confer here. Well, we've seen a number of offsetting penalties, but I think this one's might just be the pass interference. So that is the only penalty.
That'll be their 3rd penalty now.
It'll make it a 1st and goal scenario at the 8-yard line. You and Flick having some fun here, TJ.
Yeah, if you want to call it that.
No fun right now for the Griffins as Wright gets the carry, and good job in pursuit to bring him down. Never really was able to get to the edge there.
They're going to say Noble Jr. also. I think Jones Jr. was over there for Seton Hill, but again, trying to get to the edge. Give Seton Hill credit. As you said, the pursuit was there, keeping him out of the end zone.
No gain on the play. 2nd and goal from the 8. 3 receivers to the right for Curtis. Staley now goes in motion. And a flat. I'm not sure if Stanley was set there. False start.
That's penalty 4 on Gannon, so they have 4. Seton Hill has 3. So a 2nd and already long, a 2nd and longer now for Gannon.
Nearing 2.5 minutes remaining in the opening half. The only points, a 26-yard touchdown from Curtis to tight end Alex Whitaker. That came earlier this period. Stanley again in motion. Curtis rolling. Looks down the field, throws to the end zone, tipped, incomplete. Gray, who has been very active, did a nice job there in coverage.
He was. Good coverage, knocks it away. Maybe a near interception there. Going to see it again.
It brings up a 3rd and goal. Remember, the ball back to the 14-yard line.
Curtis took off with it there.
And that's a dangerous throw.
It was. And he had to throw it because Jalen McDuffie was right in his face and would have taken him down.
Johnny Freeman never really was able to break free, but they tried to still force the ball to him. 3rd down. Curtis, quick pass, wobbly, incomplete. Not on the same page there, and maybe some pressure. Alton Jones was able to get into the backfield and rush that decision. Brings up 4th down, and now a field goal attempt upcoming with Scarpino coming out.
Yeah, I mentioned Alton Jones a few times, a junior. 6'1", 175 pounds today. He's been stepping up on the defensive side of the ball here.
So Eric Rayburn says, let's try for this 31-yard field goal. Scarpino's the perfect 4-4 this season. It's blocked! And the Griffins did not pick up the football. They do a great job blocking it, but the play is not over at that juncture.
No.
So it'll be about the 28-yard line, it appears, where Seton Hill will gain possession.
Well, you'll take the block, as you said, Sean. See if we see who. Oh, was it Alton Jones again? He was back there. He seemed to be the one celebrating.
That's a great job on the block, but then look at what he does afterwards.
Yeah, he was too busy celebrating instead of picking up the ball.
Gray tried to get after it. Again, you love the block, but you would love even more the block and the return for a touchdown. So the 23-yard line, still plenty of time with 1:57 remaining in the half. Griffins have 2 timeouts at their disposal. Maybe take a shot here. McCormick, not a good pass, and it is intercepted.
Number 1, that was Trevon McNeil. Wow.
And they give it right back.
So you talk about another momentum shift there, or momentum killer. That could be another one right there.
McCormick on back-to-back offensive plays, a fumble lost and an interception.
Yeah.
That's a great job by McNeil to snag that one, but it was not a ball that the Griffins had any chance on.
Well, the defense has got to try to come up again here. So what we got, Gannon, 1:50, and they have all 3 of their timeouts still to work with here, and they're going to start at the Seton Hill 43.
Yeah, they don't have to rush here. Certainly, they've done a nice job running the football as that pass is tipped and incomplete. Seiko Noble Jr. Well, how about the secondary? Feels like they're constantly in the backfield making plays.
They have been. We've mentioned Jones a couple times and Noble Jr. Yeah, good job by this Seton Hill defense. And we've seen it all year, Sean. The defense playing well, just on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, good thing that was tipped because Blanks was wide open. 2nd and 10, still at the 43. Curtis fakes the handoff, spins out of a tackle. You don't see that type of athleticism from 252-pounders very often, and he gets a nice gain out of it, pick up of 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, Mack, I think, eventually got him, and he should have been down in the backfield or maybe for a minimal loss, but you got to give him credit. He turned something into nothing there.
Yeah, he looked more like Randall Cunningham than a pocket passer on that one.
So 3rd and 8. 2 of 5 on 3rd downs for Gannon.
Pressure up the middle, incomplete. Intended target on that one was Damaris Freeman. Well, Curtis has hung in there a number of times, and he did so again, but that time it looked like he maybe short-armed the throw.
Yeah, that was Nario Walks in the backfield that time.
That's pretty good arm strength for not stepping into that throw.
Yeah.
Curtis gave his guy a real chance. And now the punt team comes out with Isaac West.
So Gannon can try to pin the Griffins back here now and flip the field position.
So West, the North Allegheny product. And a fair catch signaled and made by Atkins.
Yeah, it's going to be inside the 10, back around the 8-yard line maybe.
How about the role that Atkins has carved out in this one? As there's Ryan Barabee. He was the Griffins starter for most of the 2019 team when these teams last played, and that was significant, TJ, because the 2019 season was the only time that Seton Hill has defeated Gannon.
25-21.
Yeah, it was 6 straight for the Golden Knights prior to that one. They put up 76 points on Seton Hill in 2017. Do you remember that game?
Probably. Dan and I might have done that game.
Safe bet. Speaking of safe, I think the Griffins just want to go safe here. Don't want to chance another turnover, although a timeout called by Gannon, so I think Eric Rayburn, the second-year head coach for the Golden Knights, wants to get the football back maybe.
Yeah, they still got 2 more timeouts as well, so that's a possibility.
Yeah, and if Seton Hill doesn't pick up the first down, you figure, okay, well, no timeouts, but maybe 30 seconds or so to work with.
Especially with the field position right now with Seton Hill at their own 9-yard line. I don't know what's...
That a chain?
Yes.
Good sportsmanship. Thought it was a long piece of grass at first, and then I realized that made little sense.
And I think there's a clock. They fixed the clock. They want 47 seconds on the clock, I think.
Are you a chain guy, TJ?
No.
Yeah.
How about you?
I do not own one. I do not. I don't really accessorize, though.
Me either.
Uh-oh, look who's in the house. You have to look at the monitor, TJ.
Oh, our buddy Christopher from last night.
Yes, just in the nick of time.
He's working a half day today, huh? Half day. Does he get half pay for that? No pay, that's right.
Weiland, nice run here. And it's a first down, so that'll bring an end, in all likelihood, to the Golden Knights' chance to get the football back, and we'll see if Seton Hill will just take this one into the half. That could have been a block in the back by Morales.
Just look at Weiland has a guy on his back. He keeps his legs churning, still picks up a first down.
And I think he just goes safe here and keep it on the ground.
I agree.
Now, the Griffins do have 2 timeouts, so if they really wanted to get aggressive, they could. But I'm not sure that's in the game plan here for Kevin May.
I would agree with you.
Well, May, and then obviously the OC, Robert Dutton.
Then it doesn't look like Gannon's going to
at this point,
any more timeouts.
At this point, they could not stop it unless Seton Hill were to help them out with an incompletion or an out of bounds. So I think the Griffins will call it a half. They'll head to the locker room trailing 7-0 to Gannon through the opening 30 minutes. We'll take a break, come back with the Excella Health halftime show as we continue our coverage of Seton Hill Griffins football 2021 and homecoming right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
At D'Annunzio's, our menu is extensive with an abundance of selections. The next best thing to being at one of our 3 locations is having our frozen food and jarred sauce in your own home. For our frozen food selections, we have wedding soup, pasta vajol, lasagna, stuffed cheese rigatoni, ricotta cavatelli, and potato gnocchi. Our jarred sauces include the original, smooth, marinara, and tomato cream. These products can all be found at our restaurants or your local grocer.
The Chamber of Commerce for Westmoreland County is one of the largest chambers of commerce in the Commonwealth. We work on workforce development. We work on the county's comprehensive plan, economic development, transportation, and building businesses that affect our community.
Westmoreland County Chamber of Commerce, building business, connecting communities, and empowering everyone.
This is Sean Myers.
And this is Dan Flickinger. Join us every Wednesday night throughout the season for Westmoreland on the Gridiron.
We discuss the biggest news involving Westmoreland County and WPIAL football, break down all of the games with our Westmoreland Sports Network announcers, plus we're joined every week by local players and coaches.
And of course, everyone's favorite segment, the Plays of the Week.
10-5, goal line! Touchdown!
That's Westmoreland on the Gridiron every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Hampton Inn & Suites, North Huntington Irwin is Seton Hill University's preferred hotel partner. Stay at this brand new hotel where you can relax by the outdoor fire pit or swim in the indoor pool. You'll love everything, from the clean, modern rooms to the free Wi-Fi and the waffles. Hampton Inn & Suites, North Huntington Irwin is located just off of I-76, minutes from restaurants and shopping in downtown Irwin. Book now at hampton.com.
Another fine performance by the Seton Hill Marching Band as we welcome you to the Excella Health halftime show. Excella Health, expert care here. Dan Flickinger with you now, and it is homecoming here at Offutt Field. Now, typically, we do homecoming big here in downtown Greensburg. We have a block party behind Offutt Field, and it's usually tough to find any parking and a lot of vendors and everything, and it's usually a lot of fun. And we are having fun, but unfortunately because of COVID, couldn't do it as big this year, or unfortunately last year, as we usually do here in downtown Greensburg. So a little bit of a lighter celebration, I guess, for homecoming, but they will be crowning the king and queen soon. And we also want to congratulate all of the inductees into the Seton Hill Hall of Fame. We'll continue with that note and hopefully be able to talk with Tyler Zimmer, former Seton Hill football player and Hall of Fame inductee. But let's send it back down to the field for the dance team for the Griffins. Seton Hill dance team right there, and let's turn it back over to the PA for homecoming.
First is Adam Novak. Adam is a biology major. Adam serves as the volleyball club president, Griffin County Executive Board member, and pre-service center representative. After that, Adam graduates and plans to attend Seton to pursue a career as an osteopathic physician specializing in pediatrics. Next is Lance Edwards. In the locker room. Lance is a health science major from Newcastle, Delaware. Currently, Lance serves as a resident assistant, a leader of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and is a member of the men's football team. After graduation, Lance plans to attend physician assistant school and specialize in trauma surgery. Next is Todd Griffin, who is currently in theater rehearsals. Todd is a musical theater major on the acting track with Plum PA. During his time here at Seton Hill, Todd has been an orientation leader, member of the Student Athlete Activities Council, and is cast in the production of Skin of Our Teeth opening next weekend. After graduation, Todd plans to continue his career in acting and DJing, as well as working with the Children's Single Cell Foundation. Next is Christy Gordon. Christy is a pre-medicine major with minors in chemistry and free performance from Pittsburgh, PA. On campus, Christy is an orientation leader, student ambassador, and executive director of the Shoe Crew. After graduation, Christy plans to attend medical school to become a neurologist and sports neurological physician. Sam Hartman. Sam is a double major in computer science and cybersecurity from South Park, PA. Sam is a member of the track and field team and on the student athlete advisory committee. Sam is a two-time NCAA Division II national champion, winning in the 110-400 hurdles this past spring. After graduation, Sam plans to pursue a master's degree in business administration. Daniel Levin. Daniel is a physician assistant program in Fairfax, Virginia. During his time at Seton Hill, Daniel has been a member of the Physician Assistant Club, Lumbermiller Club, and Griffin Guide. After graduation, Daniel plans to finish his school year and obtain his master's degree in physician assistant studies. Allie Pittman. Allie is a biology major with a chemistry minor from Bedford, PA. During her time at Seton Hill, Allie has been on the country and track and field teams, a Griffin Guide, and the secretary of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. After graduation, Allie plans to continue her education in an MD PhD program at medical school. Samara Roberts. Samara is a biology major in the UConn 4+4 program. With a double honors in exercise science and psychology from the Virgin Islands. On campus, Samara has served as an orientation leader, connections class mentor, production director of the program board, and president of the Black Student Union. After graduation, Samara plans to attend UConn in Greater Victoria. Chloe Walls. Chloe is a with a business administration minor from Roseville, PA. During her time at Seton Hill, Chloe has served as a resident assistant, the feminist collective president, and the vice president of the Pride Coalition. After graduation, Chloe plans to attend the UConn Central School to eventually become orthodontist. Patrick Drew. Patrick is a biology major in the UConn 4+4 program from Kingsburg, PA. During his time here on the Hill, Patrick has served as the class of 2022 vice president, biology club vice president, and a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Upon graduating, Patrick plans on attending UConn Medical School in Greater Victoria. Please give a round of applause to the 2021 homecoming court. I would now like to introduce Senator National and Caitlin Schrager, last year's Christian Gold World Ladies, as well as homecoming queen. They will crown this year's homecoming royalty. They will be assisted by members of the homecoming committee, Kayla Magden. And without further ado, your 2021 homecoming royalty members are Samara Roberts and Chloe Walls. Let's congratulate Samara and Chloe as well as the entire homecoming court. Thank you.
King and Queen crowned here at Offutt Field. Seton Hill and Gannon on homecoming. I feel like the Griffins play Gannon on homecoming each and every year. Anyway, I wanted to, before we give it back to Sean and TJ, just congratulate the Hall of Famers that were inducted yesterday. Unfortunately, Tyler Zimmer had somewhere to be, so we weren't able, I don't think we're going to be able to chat with him. Chris was like a hound trying to find him, but unfortunately I don't think that is going to happen because I think Tyler had somewhere to be. But you can tell when you've been doing this now for a while because the majority of the inductees this year we actually covered here on WSN. Emily Fagan, who was a terrific Seton Hill women's lacrosse player, one of the most decorated student athletes really in Griffin's overall history. Fagan holds the career for goals with 219 of them and points with 294. She graduated again in 2015. Congratulations to Emily Fagan. We covered her. We did not cover Chris Fawcett. He graduated in 2010, and he was one of the major building blocks that helped form the Seton Hill men's soccer program into what it was today. He was a four-time all-conference selection for the Griffins. So congratulations to Chris as well. Mallory Sander, who I saw a lot play basketball for Coach Mark Kotarski and former Coach Fern Labate. So she was a good women's basketball player, but she was even better at track and field. She was the first NCAA national champion in school history, winning the national championship as a sophomore javelin thrower. And so she was just a terrific, terrific athlete for the Griffins, one of those girls that would dive headfirst into the stands for you in terms of basketball, and then, again, a national champion and an All-American in track and field. As a matter of fact, she is still throwing javelin, hoping to make it to the 2024 Olympic trials. Nick Sell, who we had a chance to see a lot, he was one of those guys that every time he came up to the plate, you knew he had a chance to knock one out of the yard. He was the National Player of the Year in 2015. And when I say National Player of the Year in Division II, nobody was better. He was the Tino Martinez Award winner, the only player to do that in Seton Hill baseball history. He hit .444 his senior year, 28 home runs, over 90 RBIs, and also played for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Congratulations to our good friend Nick Sell. And last but certainly not least, our good friend Tyler Zimmer, who was one of the best to ever play linebacker at Seton Hill. He was a single season and career record holder, and he continues to do that as he was just absolutely terrific in his career for Seton Hill. And we'll get back to Tyler in a moment. We're going to send it down right now to Chris Smith, who appears to have Kevin May. We're going to talk with these guys here, and we'll send it down to Chris right now.
Hey, Coach, thanks for taking a minute. I'm joined by head coach, assistant coach, but today's head coach, Kevin May. Coach, what adjustments did we make at halftime to get some points up on the board?
Yeah, well, I think defensively first for us, I think we're lucky for it to only be 7-0. We got to really settle down and just be able to do our jobs, a better effort on defense. I think offensively we got to be more physical. We got to win the point of attack in the run game. We're getting ourselves into too many passing situations. Behind the chains on early downs, we got to just win the line of scrimmage, continue to push the ball downfield in the run game.
Coach, thanks so much for your time. Go get him in the second half. Flick, TJ, Sean, back up to you.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. Yeah, we were trying to effort to get one of the coordinators there as well, so thank you so much, Coach May, for joining us, and we had a chance to talk with him on our pregame show as well. But just going back to Tyler, first of all, he is a sponsor for our Seton Hill football and Seton Hill athletic broadcast. He owns Alpha Elite Performance and Fitness, works with a lot of young men and young women around not only college athletes but high school athletes. He's a personal trainer, and he also is the team trainer for Seton Hill men's lacrosse as well. He was an All-American in 2012, just a coach on and off the field, even though he was a player as well, and just a terrific, terrific player, holding the career sacks record, 5th in total tackles, and a guy that everybody looked up to when he played here at Seton Hill. So congratulations to all the inductees, and turn it back over to Sean and TJ for the second half.
Thank you, Dan, for keeping the headset warm. Sean Myers, TJ DeStefano here, as 15 minutes up on the clock, ready to begin this third quarter. Remember, just one touchdown, and the only score in the opening half came in favor of Gannon, as the Golden Knights with a 26-yard touchdown. Corey Curtis connecting with Alex Whitaker. The Eric Scarpino extra point made it 7-0. That coming under 2 minutes into the second quarter, and other than that, no drives yielding points, as the Griffins were plagued by a couple of turnovers, a fumble and an interception, but the defense for the most part did its job. Seton Hill will get the football to begin the second half. Keep an eye on Carey, ultra dangerous as a kick returner, and he will get this one at about the 10. As he tries to reverse field, Carey's still on his feet, and then he's brought down at about the 25. Well, we've seen so many times, TJ, big plays, especially in special teams, negated or partially nullified as a result of penalties. And that time it was pretty well covered by the Golden Knights.
Yeah, we've seen that. I guess technically we only have 7 penalties in the game, 4 for Gannon, 3 for Seton Hill, but we saw a lot of offsetting penalties. And as you mentioned, some of those were on special teams.
Hey, TJ, I think the penalty bugs knew the cold weather was coming and decided to head south for the winter.
Chris Smith back cracking jokes, and a long completion to Atkins. He had to come back to the football. If not, that might have been a 75-yard touchdown, but a big afternoon for Atkins continues.
That'll be his 3rd catch. And a big start to the second half for Seton Hill as they go into Gannon territory.
Atkins continues to show out here. That's a 29-yard grab. McCormick under center to Weiland. Decent first down run. I think if the Griffins can do that, TJ, get 3, 4, 5 yards on first down, makes everything easier for the subsequent downs.
Exactly, especially with a quarterback in McCormick who's only making his 2nd start. You want to be in a second and third and manageable and try to stay ahead of the chains to make it as easy as possible on the offense for sure. So they're in a good position here.
And you always wonder how long the leash might be for a player like McCormick.
Yes, that's another thing.
Hands off. Weiland does a nice job turning it upfield. He was patient until he found that hole, and he gets a first down gainer to about the 35 in Golden Knights territory.
Yeah, McNeil on the stop there, but another run. Again, all patience by Weiland. Look at that, trying to work the outside there and keeps his legs churning, picks up a big first down, and impressive opening drive to the second half so far for Seton Hill.
I remember Coach Day thought that the play action would be a key part of this attack. Haven't seen a ton of it, but it will be there if the Griffins continue to run the football successfully. Weiland deep, and it looks like maybe a little miscommunication. It gets it on a counter. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Yeah, tried to the left side there. Gannon in all the gaps up front.
Trevor Mitchell, one of the linemen out there, he was a game-time decision. They weren't sure what was going to happen with him. Kai Marshall got the start, but they thought if Mitchell was able to play that he might be able to see some extended snaps, and he's out there for this first drive of the second half. There you see number 69. Dueling sidecars, but McCormick's going to look to take a shot, airs it out. Good throw, incomplete though.
Oh, there's a late flag.
Taro Gaither, the intended target.
And Jordan Tolliver was in coverage.
And looks to be a little shaken up now.
Yeah, he hit the fence hard down there in the end zone. This flag was after the play was finished, so let's see what it is. It was, I believe, the back judge back in the end zone that threw it. Going to be a pass interference.
So 15-yarder. Well, I thought that McCormick threw it to a spot where Gaither had a chance to make a play on it.
Hey guys, Smitty down here. Griffin's got to take advantage of the mistakes on the Gannon Knights and punch this one in.
Yeah, got him on the arm there, it looked like Tolliver. But Seton Hill will take that down to the 19-yard line, and as Chris said, they got to get some points here.
Pump fake. Yeah. Taking a shot, but over the head of Phillips. Phillips had a little bit of separation, but the ball just soared on the quarterback, McCormick.
And that was Mickens on the coverage there for Gannon. We've got a good opening drive here for the Griffins. They just need to finish this drive now. We've seen too many drives like this where they've come up empty.
Yeah, easier said than done.
Yes.
They've had a hard time finishing.
They have.
Weiland, he was the finisher last week, but no running room there.
Yeah, he tried to go back outside, went inside, but 51, Nick White was there.
And now an injury to the tight end, Casimir.
Looks to be up in a little bit of a limp there.
Yeah, he's in some pain, the 275-pound tight end. And so make his way off. We'll see if he's able to come back relatively quickly. If not, I'm sure that Chris Smith will be on the case.
Myers.
What's that?
I'm on it, Myers.
Okay, thank you. 3rd and 11 for the Griffins. Pass complete. And Gaither gets hammered, but hangs onto the football, moves the sticks. A 1st and goal upcoming.
I think he was hammered by McNeil there, but a nice job by Gaither to first, like you said, Sean, hang on to it, absorb the hit, and a huge conversion there, and a 1st and goal now for Seton Hill. Nice throw by McCormick.
The ball to the 5-yard line. Weiland. Not a lot there. Maybe gets a yard.
There, ran into a bunch of guys up front.
Now things get a lot tighter once you get inside the 10-yard line. There's a good look at Logan Weiland. Had all 3 of the touchdowns last week in the victory against Mercyhurst. That was a game in which the Griffins trailed 14-0 early, came storming back, scored all of their points in the second quarter. Weiland finishing with 178 yards on the ground.
He had, 38 carries last week?
Yeah, an absolute.
Yep, he's up to 21 for 72 in this game.
Workhorse certainly fitting of that performance. He gets it here. Gets near the end zone. He'll be stopped shy of it. Looks to be around the 1-yard line.
It was a nice job there, just the vision, trying to find a hole to get to the end zone, but he's going to come up a yard shy.
Hey, good news, guys. Daniel Casimir back into the game. Griffin's going to punch it in. Sun's out. Get in the end zone.
No one's more fired up right now than Chris Smith.
It's a carryover from last night's game.
If they get in here, Dan Day watching at home might be just as fired up. Did he get in? No. It'll bring up 4th down and now a crucial decision. I think if you're Kevin May, you want to keep the offense out, but we saw them do that before, TJ, and get nothing out of it.
I agree, Sean, but at this point, here they go. They're going to rush up real quick. Watch for a sneak maybe by McCormick.
And the official was not letting McCormick line up. Now he goes forward. Did he get in? No signal.
He did. Did he not get in?
McCormick unable to crack the plane. A turnover on downs. Now he holds his hands up, but the officials aren't holding theirs up. He is adamant that he is in.
There's still. They're saying
It is a turnover on downs.
Well, I guess we'll see if we could see on the replay here, but
I don't know how. I mean,
it's hard.
Short of having multiple cameras on the goal line, I'm not sure that we're going to have anything decisive.
Yeah, and there's so many bodies.
Oh, did the football come out? The football came out there. Now, obviously, all it has to do is
look how
cross that paint.
Wow, look how close the ball is too. That's an absolute killer there. Wow.
And that's even a case where if they did go to an instant replay, I don't think you're going to be able to tell one way or the other. It comes well, if this is against Gannon, it's really not costly at all, to be honest.
Because you can't go back much further than where the ball is.
And I've always thought that. Like, if you're one of the offensive linemen, make sure you get off early rather than late here, right? I mean, if you get off the ball late, it's probably a safety. If you get off early and they call you for a penalty, you go back literally an inch, less than an inch.
And now.
Well, did this get out of the end zone? Griffins think they have a safety. The officials say no. It is so hard to gauge these types of plays, but it looks like it's going to stay inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, I guess they're going to.
That was right there. It was a safety all day long.
It looked like it was the quarterback, Curtis, who kept it, and Chris Smith, obviously. And now you see the end of the play, but they had already blown it dead at that point.
Yeah, they gave him maybe like a couple feet or a couple centimeters maybe of a gain there, I guess.
Chris sauntering his way up here now, and then we're going to have a timeout. Well, we'll keep it right here. TJ, this is, again, every time you hear the phrase, it's a game of inches, okay. But in this case, it truly is a difference of inches in terms of, is it a touchdown? It is not. Is it a safety? It is not, at least based on what the officials are saying. So it could have been 7 points one way for the Griffins, or if not that, 2 points the other way. But the most important thing for both of these teams, but in particular Seton Hill, you have to continue to make the next play as well.
Exactly. And, I mean, you have to just continue, like you said, Sean. You got to battle through it. Those plays are over no matter what happened, if it was a good call, a bad call. You got to battle through the adversity, and you got to move on to the next play now. And here, if you're Seton Hill, I mean, you got Gannon backed up to the goal line pretty much. you need to come up big with some stops on defense. And if they're going to be punting, you're going to try to get good field position here, possibly in their own end for another possession.
Well, not only was it not a safety, but it does look like the football came out a little bit when you look at where it's spotted.
Yep, very possible too.
And they're going to pass. Dangerous play here. It is complete. And look at this, a big run for Whitaker.
There's a flag.
However, there is a flag. Now, if that's a holding in the end zone, that's a safety.
Yeah, let's see.
Now, if it's a holding outside of the end zone, it will simply just be enforced. But if it's in the end zone, it's a safety. Well, they thought they had the safety earlier, TJ, but they get it here.
They got their safety now. So now it's 7-2. We got a baseball score. And Seton Hill's going to get the ball. Am I correct on that?
That is correct.
Yes. So they'll have to punt it to them, to Seton Hill. And so now, right now, Sean, we talk about momentum. Here's a swing now. You get a safety, you're going to get the ball back. And a chance to put together a drive here and possibly get some more points.
And
it's
7
points ties it at this point.
It's always what?
Oh, God, never mind. I just didn't say that.
7 points would actually give the Griffins the lead, which would be a good thing for Seton Hill. So the dangers of throwing from your own end zone is that something like that could happen, where the holding then becomes a safety.
Yes.
So now the Griffins get the football back with a chance to take the lead. Certainly momentum on their side, but it still goes back to the lack of finishing offensively, as they have gotten very, very deep into Gannon territory, but have yet to be able to punch it in. Although you don't get 7 points, but you do get 2 points because of the decision to go for it on 4th down. And with this one being sent from the 20-yard line, Seton Hill should have really good field position. Their 2 return men are standing around the 20. John Victor Oliveira to send it away. And that's not a deep kick at all. It's going to bounce and be fielded at the 27-yard line. And a flag comes in. So that great starting field position likely will be backed up a little bit. Carry on the return.
Yeah, there's 2 flags. So as we've talked about here, I mean, chance at decent field position, and most likely it's going to come back, and now you're going to put yourself back.
Holding against the Griffs.
But
a face mask against the 4th time today, offsetting penalties. Unbelievable.
Well, they have to find who the actual coach is, I guess.
Yeah, that's Kevin May.
Yep, the official didn't know.
Hey, guys, head coach, assistant coach, offensive coordinator, whatever it may be, Madden champion is pleading his case with the officials, trying to get a better ear to it, unable to get too close, though. I don't want to have another flag thrown and me be the reason Coach Day will have my head.
Yeah, and he's tuning in right now, so do not want to draw his ire. So those offsetting penalties. And so we're going to kick it again. Okay. Well, this is interesting because there's no one on the field right now for Seton Hill. I would think they'll eventually put people out there, right?
You would think so. Maybe you and I are going to have to go down there.
And now the return team does come out.
Hey, Sean, let's go back to that penalty real quick, that holding penalty on the Knights. I didn't even know that was a rule. Did either one of you guys know that was a rule? If there's holding in the end zone, you did know?
Yes, sir.
Of course you did.
I can't speak for TJ.
You are the encyclopedia of football, aren't you, Sean?
I knew.
I wouldn't go that far. Well, crack number 2 at the Griffins, trying to get some good field position here off of this free kick on the safety. collision. And now on the return, it's Douglas. Oh, that was not well executed by the Griffins. That being said, TJ, they are near the 40-yard line here.
Yes. There are no flags, too. I don't see any, so I think they're gonna start at the 39.
That's like a baseball where two players defensively don't communicate on who's going to get it. It was ultimately Douglas, and then he is chopped down. Griffins down by 5. A chance to take the lead if they're able to finish this drive with a touchdown. Handoff, Logan Weiland. And a group of players, including McNeil, upend him. So a gain of about 2 yards.
That was a hard-fought 2 yards there.
This has been a slow-developing third quarter.
It has been. A lot of crazy things have happened in this.
In case you needed visual proof, third quarter, still 8+ minutes left in it. Battle, who's been quiet today, goes in motion. They give it to Logan Weiland, and he is getting absolutely blasted. Keith Thompson among the players to lower the lumber. However, this one will be likely coming back. It
False
will.
Start.
Look at some of these hits that Weiland's absorbing.
Yeah, he's taking a beating for sure. Gannon stacking the box.
You take one like that in your back where you don't have quite as much padding, does not feel good.
So another penalty. This will take it to the 36.
You never answered Chris Smith. Did you know that was a safety?
Sure.
Okay. Yes, it's very easy for you to say that after the fact.
Exactly. I already screwed up before saying what the score would have been, so I knew.
McCormick under some pressure, has a man open. It is caught by Phillips. It hung up there, but Phillips hauls it in at the 37.
They've been waiting for Phillips to make a catch today, and that's a huge one right there.
27-yard pickup.
Big one. Along the far sideline. Looked like the Gannon player over there said he was out of bounds, but I think he's clearly in from there.
Yeah,
that Gannon player was just mad that he got smoked, so he was looking for some sort of an out. 1st and 10, Griffins.
Farnsworth was actually diving before the ball even was caught there. And it's the handoff to Logan Weiland.
Nothing.
Gets a gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, Gannon's done a good job now up front. Know the ball going to Weiland. And they're stacking it up front.
Griffins playing this one without their head coach, Dan Day, who's tuning in to our broadcast. He'll be back with the team next week if all goes according to plan. Talked to him, and he said he was feeling much better. He was going through it a little bit last weekend, but seems to now be on the other side. Here's the play action they talked about. McCormick's going to take a shot into double coverage, looking for Atkins, incomplete. Well, when you do the play action, obviously you would love to get the one-on-one type of coverage, but that one was thrown with 2 defenders draped around Atkins.
Yeah, it was Farnsworth and Tolliver again. You said their names a good bit here today. So now a 3rd and 9. Griffins 6 of 11 on 3rd downs.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Not bad.
And again, they might be 4-down territory.
This one.
Sliding effort. Is it caught?
Yes.
It is. That's John Makel IV. And it's a 1st down pickup to the 25.
Yeah, another big conversion. 11-yard pickup. Griffin's moving the ball.
Guys, great route. Made sure he got to the lead stick before he made the cut into his out route. Short catch for sure. 1st down, Griffins.
And that's so important. We've seen so many times, even at the NFL level, they throw it short of the sticks.
There we go.
Weiland nearly broke that one. I believe he lost a shoe in the process. He did. That's the definition of a shoe tackle right there.
That was Mickens. That's maybe a touchdown saving tackle as well there as Weiland breaks that. He might have been off to the races there because there was all green in front of him.
Now he's got to lace up a little tighter, right?
Yes. But still, though, that's a solid pickup of 12.
McGriff in the backfield. Fake at the handoff to him. McCormick across the grain. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Phillips. Nearly made the juggling catch.
That was Tolliver on the coverage. Might have knocked that out at the end of the play.
He did for sure, TJ. He stuck that big paw in there and raked it right out. Nice play by Tolliver.
Yeah, I've got to give him credit. Right there. But yeah, I mean, probably a ball, like you said, Sean, should have been caught by Seton Hill.
2nd and 10, ball at the 13. Griffin's looking to take the lead in this third quarter. McGriff, not a lot there. Gets possibly one.
Yeah, again, trying to go right up the gut, and Gannon's been in all the lanes up front now. As we've seen limited running room for Weiland or McGriff up front, they've had to try to stretch it out to either side of the field to get any running lanes, as Gannon's been holding due up front.
Big scenario here. 3rd and 9, ball at the 12-yard line. Weiland on the sideline. Couple of pump fakes. Now a shot to the end zone. It is caught. A terrific job by Taro Gaither for a 12-yard touchdown.
And that was Snell on the coverage, and he's just standing there like, how did that happen? He was right there, but Seton Hill finally finishes a drive, and they are in front now.
And now they're going to go for 2, it appears, to try to make this a lead of 3.
Yes.
And there's confusion.
And they're probably,
they're going to have to call a timeout, it looks
they're
like.
They're going to have to. We'll see. And they do now. Here it is again.
Oh, this is just a terrific catch by Taro Gaither.
Nice throw by McCormick. Look at that. And I mean, like I said, Snell's right there, but just a better job by Gaither to go up and get it.
He will be appearing on the next edition of You Got Mossed by Taro Gaither. And Gaither got a little bit of a push there as well. Obviously not egregious enough to draw a flag.
It was a pretty good push, and he stole my thunder, Myers. I was running around the sideline wondering why everybody was tapping themselves on the head. I thought it was like the monkey where you rub your belly and you tap yourself on the head. But no, as you said, it turns out to be he mossed them.
Did you ever do the monkey, TJ?
No.
Oh, this is a big scenario here because we know Seton Hill has played in a lot of low-scoring, close games that have come down to the wire. If you can get a field goal lead, that would make a massive difference.
Yeah, pretty much, really, I think all their games have been close. So this is huge.
Remember, they won by 2 points last week.
Yep.
McCormick rolling out, passes wide open. It is complete to Makel, the 4th, and it is a 10-7 lead.
Yep. Huge drive there for Seton Hill. And now the momentum shifts back to the Griffins as they lead 10-7.
We'll take a break. 4:54 left in the third. Griffins in front over Gannon here on WSN.
When I first came back, one of the first things that blew me away was our facilities. How the fields have grown up in that whole complex down the hill. Our weight room now, I mean, how that has been, remodeled and changed and overhauled.
Our baseball field is, in my opinion, one of the best in the nation, Division II wise. And just having Sullivan Gym open for us all the time with the nets in there whenever we wanted to get work in, which is possibly why I got to where I am, because all the extra work that I did put in.
I think our facilities are one of the best across the PSACs, and that's definitely a huge recruiting tool as we are able to draw the athletes for the academics in addition to the great things they can get on the athletic side of it.
I don't think I would be able to thrive in a big school. I think I like that the professors know my name. I like that when I'm walking down the hall, I can say hi to someone and I actually know them.
Jack Wagner's kickoff into the end zone for a touchback. Momentum on the Griffins side, holding a 10-7 lead. Take another look at this touchdown. McCormick to Taro Gaither, his second receiving score of the campaign.
Hey, Sean, real quick, I just wanted to let you know after the last time that Griffin offense got stuffed out on the goal line, you can see the sheer disgust. They were completely torn. They weren't happy with themselves, and right now there's a look of success. They know they can do it. The confidence is there now.
And that defense has been playing confidently all season as they permit a pickup of about 6 yards on first down, however. That's a Melvin Blanks carry. I thought he got up to a great start, TJ, and then they sort of went away from the junior running back a little bit.
He did. He was 7 of 67. I believe that's his 8th carry, 8 of 73. And yeah, until that carry, I don't think we've seen really much of him.
Well, we're seeing more of him now, and he gets a first down gainer beyond the 35.
Oh, and now we have a Gannon guy hit the deck, and I think they're going to get a penalty on Seton Hill here, maybe.
That's Cavato, the center, who was out blocking well ahead of that play, who went down.
Good mix of some extracurricular and Hollywood.
Yeah, this was, way after the play was over.
And that'll tack on 15 yards.
That's just, we'll see it here. There probably was some acting, but still to be, committing a penalty like that. There they are right there going at it. There was, the guy might have acted, but again, you still shouldn't do something like that. It's just a bad penalty.
Curtis hands it off to Blanks again. And he's brought down just shy of the 40. Nice first down gainer for Melvin Blanks. And you have to wonder why they're not giving him the ball more often.
Yeah, I know, Sean. Like you said, we saw him there a good bit in the first half, then he disappeared until, right now. But he's picked up where he left off. He's up to 9 carries for 80 yards, and he's moving the football again.
Eric Rayburn, second-year head coach, pretty accomplished. He was the head coach at Savannah State for 3 years, also 8 years at Wabash and 8 years at Coe College. Blanks again spins out of a tackle. McDuffie among the players who ultimately brought him down, but this is the Melvin Blanks drive so far for the Golden Knights.
It is. That's a 12-yard pickup. Griffin's no answers. Blanks. This one up the middle, a little spin there, and right there. Picks up extra yardage after the play.
They give it to him again. This time, Eberton Gaines gives him a pop, and not before another pickup of 5, maybe 6 yards.
Yeah, inside the 25. That's about a 5-yard gain. They're sticking to the ground game now, as Blanks is on the verge of going over 100 yards at 11 carries for 98.
He's not shooting blanks on this drive.
He is not.
Nearing the red zone with the ball at the 24. Pistol formation. And they go with his backup right, and shows that he can make an impact as well. Gets it near the 15 for a first down. Going back to Coach Rayburn, he was a player at Mountain Union from 89 to 92 and a 94 graduate there. He was an assistant for 6 years as well at that college. Mountain Union's been known to play some pretty good football over the years. Ball at the 16-yard line. Blanks back in. Gets it again. Stays on his feet. And he is brought down by a couple of Griffins, including walks.
Yeah, Blanks tried to stiff arm at the end of the play. Didn't work, though. But a nice job by Blanks. You'll see, I mean, he started inside, nothing there, and took it to the outside, maybe picked up a few extra yards. Still, it's a solid gain of 6.
Sean, TJ, let's give it up to that Gannon interior. They're creating the holes.
They are.
Trying to create another one. And Blanks looks like he has the first down. Now, this has been kind of like Novocaine, right, TJ? It's just every play running straight ahead, and every play it's the Golden Knights picking up 3, 4, 5, 6 yards at a time.
Yeah, I've said that before. It all adds up. It hasn't been anything fancy, like you said, Sean. These are simple run plays, and it's working, and the yards are adding up, and Gannon's already down to the 6-yard line, 1st and goal.
And a big hit as Rice is absolutely hammered.
Felt that in my ears. I don't think it was the
Not
hit. I
that
think
TJ, but he laid the lumber, dropped the boom, whatever you want to call it.
Well, TJ felt it in his ears. Wright felt it all across his body, but he does go to the 3-yard line. Back to Blanks. Efforting for the end zone.
No.
Stop shy. It'll bring up 3rd down as we're in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, just shy. Tried to get that push, but couldn't do it.
Drive started at the 25 for the Golden Knights.
And it's been all run plays.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic of this Griffin D to give up so many yards on the ground. I'd have to say they could be looking at our first 100-yard rushing on the other team.
Lunge forward, touchdown. Looked like maybe the ball came out on the end of it, but already crossing the goal line, Blanks for the score.
Well, talk about a response. I mean, Gannon.
Well, let's look at the end of this one
here. Let's see. And
well, from that vantage point,
I don't even know, was
he in? Might not have gotten it.
Yeah, maybe he was down at the 1 or something. It looks like both of his knees were down.
Now, you can't see where the ball is, but look where he lands.
Yeah.
There's almost no way that he was able to extend that across. Yeah. We're not on the goal line, however, as the extra point is up. That is good for Scarpino. Wow. And as a result, just that quickly, Golden Knights back in front, 14-10 over Seton Hill. Final moments of the 3rd quarter on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
At Sunbelt Mitsubishi, buying your new vehicle is as easy as stop, shop, and roll. Stop wasting time in the dealership. Shop online in just a few easy steps. Roll on home in your new Mitsubishi or have it delivered to your door. SundeltMitsubishi.com. At Sundelt Volkswagen, buying your new vehicle is as easy as stop, shop, and roll. Stop wasting time in the dealership. Shop online in just a few easy steps. Roll on home in your new Volkswagen or have it delivered to your door. SundeltVolkswagen.com.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Kickoff after the touchdown, fielded at about the 12-yard line. This is Seiko Noble Jr. on the return. Well, Griffins.
Hey, guys, I want to go back to that touchdown. You know, you easily had 2-3 ton of human beings up there on the goal line. Runner goes left. The official on the opposite side of the field is the one that called the touchdown, not the near side official. So I'm a little bit hazy on that call. And according to what you're seeing up there in the booth, I think my suspicions are correct. I'll get it out. Don't worry.
Yeah, it at least from there looked like it was very possible that Blanks was stopped shy. Nonetheless, touchdown stands from the 28-yard line. The Griffins begin this drive. Logan Weiland gets the first down carry and gets a modest gain. And that brings an end to the 3rd quarter. Griffins facing a 14-10 deficit. Don't go anywhere. 4th quarter upcoming as we continue our homecoming broadcast of Seton Hill football right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
the most incredible machine ever created, didn't come with replacement parts. Until now. Rebuilding the human body takes skill, not just science. Some of the region's most accomplished orthopedists are right here at Excella Health. Our team of specialists are using non-surgical treatments, minimally invasive procedures, and the most sophisticated and complex surgical techniques to restore all aspects of human motion. All right. Whether you walk or fly. Orthopedics at Excella Health. Expert care begins here.
We begin quarter number 4, pass complete. And getting out of bounds, Taro Gaither, who has the touchdown in this one. Griffin's down 14-10 here against Gannon. Sean Myers, TJ DeStefano on the call. Chris Smith, our sidelines reporter. Dan Flickinger, the producer. Nick D'Onofrio, our videographer.
And Chris, I have your answer. Yes, this is the first game so far this season that Seton Hill's allowed an 100-yard rusher.
When I hang out with you 2 days in a row, Sean, you get to say I'm right. TJ, I'm sorry,
Yes.
not TJ.
Before today, it was 98 yards by Cy Alley in the very first game. Wheeling, that was the highest rusher that Seton Hill had allowed so far. So Blanks is 16 carries for 116 yards.
And I would think that this fourth quarter he will get plenty more carries if things go according to plan for Eric Rayburn and crew on the Gannon side.
And Weiland on the verge of going over 100. He's at 28 carries for 96 yards.
2nd and 8. McCormick's going to pass. He's under pressure. Takes a deep shot down the field. Incomplete. There was some contact, but no flag. Phillips the intended target.
3rd and 8 coming up. Griffins are 8 of 13 on 3rd downs. We see it again.
Now, there wasn't a lot of room for McCormick to step up. Couldn't really step into this one, and yet he still somewhat overthrew his receiver.
That was 39. That was Farnsworth on the coverage.
Pass is complete to Makel. John Makel, the fourth, gets up and says, let's move the sticks, fellas.
Yeah, in between two guys there, McNeil and Thompson. Big first down. Now we have a player down for Seton Hill.
That's Big
That's
Prince.
Big Prince McCarthy down. Looks like he's in some pain.
As it gets eerily quiet here at Offutt with concern here for the fans. Let's see if we can catch what happened. Number 79. Well, it happened after the ball had left the hands of the quarterback McCormick, it appeared. And with him down, we will step aside. Just over a minute into the fourth quarter, a 4-point lead for Gannon over Seton Hill on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Dr. Scott Learn and his dental team have been caring for the community for over 20 years. Dr. Learn offers a wide variety of dental services, including oral exams, gingivitis treatments, crowns, veneers, and more. He even makes custom sports mouth guards. Call 724-537-3314 or visit scottelearndmd.com. Dr. Scott Learn General and Cosmetic Dentistry in Latrobe, giving you the confidence to enjoy your smile.
Your next golf adventure awaits at Manor Valley Golf Course in Export. Manor Valley offers 18 scenic holes over gentle sloping fairways and the purest putting surfaces around. Manor Valley Golf Course in Export is the perfect place to host your next golf outing, banquet party, or shower. Manor Valley also offers league play and great membership rates. Tee times available. Call 724-744-4242. Visit ManorValleyGC.com.
Not a great sign for Big Prince McCarthy as this will kind of tell the story.
Hey, Sean, it's next man out mentality. Kai Marshall, 6'3", 315-pound junior in there. Has got to get it done.
Yeah, and Marshall certainly has played a lot of football. He started this game on the opposite side in place of Mitchell, who's now come in and has been playing in the second half. Pass outside complete. Not a lot of gain on that one to Atkins as he's wrestled down after a pickup of about 3.
That was Bullock on the stop there. Atkins leading the receiving corps for Seton Hill today. 4 catches now, probably just around 50 yards.
Guys, they're taking a look at Big Prince's right ankle. Dr. Erdo's pulling his sock off now. More to come.
McCormick. And just throws it out of bounds.
Ooh, in the first row of the bleachers. Threw it to the popcorn vendor.
Did the popcorn vendor make the catch?
Well, considering there wasn't a popcorn vendor there, no. That's just a stolen line from somebody else.
Where's the football at? You don't get to keep it.
Oh, I'd keep it.
3rd and 8 upcoming for the Griffins. Ball at the 48-yard line. No, that's not true. It's the
43.
43.
Oh,
incomplete.
That was
Jay Bullock's fired up right now defensively for the Golden Knights.
Yeah. There's that's 33. I think that's Jenkins.
I think Jay Bullock was the one that stepped in front of it. He might have got his paw up on it and deflected it. Nonetheless, punt team.
Yeah, play a little bit of field position right here for Seton Hill with so much time remaining. 12:48 left in the 4th. Hunter, the punter, gets this one off, and it bounces. Oh, that's a unorthodox way to snag it, but somehow, some way, Chaz Davis able to make it work.
Yeah.
Looked like a baseball outfielder with a trap type of catch there.
So they're going to be starting at the 16-yard line here of the Golden Knights.
That I'm sure was not a comfortable scenario for Davis, but he makes it work.
This typically stingy defense is going to have to step up right here and get the ball back into the offense's hand with plenty of time to move the ball.
Handoff goes to Wright, and there's a big hole for Wright as he gets a first down gainer.
Yeah, off the left side, he's going to pick up a gain of looks like about 13 yards up to close to the 30-yard line. Big hole, and he took off with it. And between Blanks and Wright, they've been this running game for Gannon.
Right again. Yep. And Noble Jr. forces him out. There's a flag that comes in from the defensive backfield.
Right now, this is about an 11-yard gain.
No, that's going to change one way or the other, it appears.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming back. Yep.
That is correct, TJ.
That is penalty number penalty number 8 on Gannon.
Prince McCarthy is up and walking right now, but has his right shoe off completely, so does not appear like he's anywhere close to being able to come back in this one as of now, as they go back to the ground game with Wright. And so this is a smart decision for a number of reasons. Obviously, the running game has worked, as we saw in that last touchdown scoring drive that spanned 75 yards, but it's also shortening this game.
Exactly. Winding the clock. Gannon's got the lead, and that's what they want to do. They've rushed for 191 yards total so far today.
Play action this time, and it's to a wide open Pay.
Watch. Oh, I was going to say, out of bounds there. That was Eberton Gaines. I was worried on the sideline for a late hit there, but luckily nothing called. But a huge gain, Sean, as you said, wide open. A gain up to the 40 for 15 yards and a first down.
Yeah, Pay had 4 receptions coming in, but that's by far his biggest of the season. 4 grabs for 20 yards. Does have a touchdown as well. There's Prince, number 79. Handoff, and Wright brought down after a short gain pickup of 1.
Yeah, good job by Seton Hill, swarming to the football there.
Jaden Mack among the players in. Well, you on pretty much every defensive play, it seems like you're calling one of their 4 starting linebackers' names.
Mack, Walks.
Guys, an update on Prince. They're going to tape that ankle up. I don't know what that means for his return, but the athletic training staff for Excella Health Orthopedics wrapping it up right now. Maybe we'll see him back.
Again, it's right.
Wow.
And a good surge this time beyond midfield. That'll move the sticks once again.
And now back to right. We saw blanks there for a while. Now it's back to right, and another big hole off the right side, and another first down. Connor McDavid from Edmonton is in the house.
No, that's just a person wearing his jersey, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, I checked on that. I also saw Wayne Gretzky jersey with the St. Louis Blues, which is the rarest of rares. Blanks wrestled down McDuffie, who's been an absolute monster all season. And now a flag comes in.
Yeah, is it 667 was on the ground in the back, or Cavato, and I think they're going to get another late hit.
Was it Jaden Mack that he was locked up with?
I didn't catch that. It might have been. We'll see.
Well, McDuffie made a great play, the team leader in tackles coming in, and now the officials saying, all right, back up, back up.
If I'm not mistaken, they're picking it up.
Yeah, guys, I'm glad they're waving that off. That was a little titty-tatty. It just didn't, they were just battling down the field, and again, I think we had a good Hollywood act.
Yeah, there it is.
That was Derisma who gave that last shove. We didn't give a shout out to our RoboCam yet today, TJ.
Shout out to the RoboCam.
Rob Okamara, as Roger Downs likes to say. There's Robo. Mind of its own.
I'm on the controls.
Oh.
There he is. There's Connor McDavid. I told you he's here.
And you're convinced that that's him?
That's him. That's right, Dan. Joe Montana was really there. He was wearing a lavender shirt.
Blanks.
Big hole again.
Yeah, and he's close to another first down. Looks like he might be about a yard, maybe a yard and a half shy.
Yeah, looks like about an 8-yard pickup there. But again, this nothing fancy here. Going off left guard, left tackle. And there's Blanks. Look right through there.
And it's an offense that's averaged about 142 yards rushing per game. And I think they are well beyond that.
Here it is again.
Adding more to it.
That first down and more, down to the 35. Another 5 there.
How many rushing yards now for Gannon in this one?
Well, let's see if it's going to update. Right now it's 214. I don't know if they counted that last play, but it's, 220.
Yeah, they're about 80 yards over their season average.
Yep. Blanks has 129. Wright has 77, and Curtis has 14.
Wright, again, bouncing off of a tackler. Conversely, listen to this, TJ. The Griffins had permitted, on average, just 78.8 rushing yards a game this season.
Wow.
So this is uncharacteristic.
It is.
If you look at this game coming in and the numbers, you think if Gannon's going to have success, it'll mostly be throwing the football. Not really the case.
Well, here it is again.
Another first down, although a flag does come in at around the 28-yard line.
Yeah, so we'll see what this penalty is.
Right guard Montana Nietert slow to get up for Gannon.
And it's coming back. Holding on again, and that'll be their 9th penalty. Seton Hill has 5.
Great opportunity, guys, for the Griffins to take advantage of a pretty big mistake. Got to get the ball back to the offense quick.
2nd and 12 as we're closing in on the halfway point of this 4th stanza. Pistol formation.
There we go.
McDuffie blows it up, bringing right down in the backfield.
Yeah, 3-yard loss. Finally, the Griffins get in there and get a stop, and Jalen McDuffie.
And the fans fired up as well.
3rd and long, 3rd and 15. Gannon's 4 of 8 on 3rd downs. And your defense been on the field a long time for Seton Hill here. You got to start worried about them wearing down now.
No, McDuffie looks fresh as a daisy
Yes,
on that one.
he does.
3rd and 15. Curtis is going to try to take a shot here.
Look out.
Throws it to the Griffin sideline, and it's incomplete.
That was 33. Jenkins was on the coverage there.
And now a punt upcoming for the Golden Knights.
Well, unfortunately, I guess for them, they're going to have to punt, and they moved the football, but they did take a lot of time off the clock here with that drive, which was pretty much all run plays.
Atkins goes back for the punt return. West, the former North Allegheny Tiger, to send it away.
And it's, oh wow.
Not a lot of distance on it. And it's down at about the 14-yard line, it appears.
I believe that was Hawkins who almost got in there and blocked the punt for Seton Hill.
Well, with a 4-point game, Seton Hill's going to have to get a touchdown.
Yes.
I mean, technically, there's enough time that they could get a field goal and then hope to get the football back. But the way that the Golden Knights are succeeding on the ground, you might only have one more drive if you're Seton Hill.
Very true. So possessions as we come down the stretch here could be, limited, and every one is going to be very important here. So I agree with you, Sean. They got to probably get a touchdown here.
And they certainly have time to run the football as the Griffins are going to take a timeout. That could potentially...
There's a flag.
All right, so...
And I don't know. There isn't.
I think the official's saying no timeout. It's going to be a penalty instead.
Guys, it may be an illegal substitution. And I think that's why they hurried up to try to call the timeout. And in fact, it is.
So they were going to start at the 14. Now they go backwards.
Well, you don't like the penalty.
No.
That said, if the Griffins ultimately find a way to get the first down, it's probably better that they didn't have to end up using their timeout, but you never want to see a 1st and 15.
No. You don't want to start out of the gate with a penalty, especially now at your own 9, this deep in your own territory.
McCormick, 15 of 27 for 155 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. They keep it on the ground. Weiland was able to spin forward. Gets...
Get a yard maybe?
Yeah.
I was going to say, it looked like he might have been down in the backfield, but he kept his legs going to pick up that 1 yard. Get it just to the 10-yard line.
Now this is the big down here, 2nd and 14. You need to at least make it a more manageable 3rd down. An empty set. McCormick out of the gun. Looks to pass. It's complete. Mako had to come back to it and then turns it upfield as he takes a hit on the end of that. Nick White lowered the boom, but Mako did a fine job just to get positive yardage. They're going to spot him at about the 17-yard line, it appears.
And I think he ran into Zach Kittner here and might have slowed him down and maybe...
Yeah, that's his teammate, the center.
Right there. And that might have prevented him from maybe getting a few more yards and allowed Gannon to get in there. But 3rd and 9, still a little long here. Griffins are 9 of 15 on 3rd downs today.
The return of King Prince. He's out there.
Good sign.
Low pass, incomplete. He's not going to have the yardage anyway to make the 4th, and now the punt team comes out.
Yep, that was Tolliver on the coverage there, and not what you wanted to do if you were Seton Hill there. Now, again here, another chance for good field position for Gannon as the return man, Davis, standing right at midfield.
And we've already seen him be dangerous in this one.
Yeah, the opening play took it back for a touchdown, but called back as a penalty.
not a deep punt, and a collision. And now the Griffins get the football, but this will likely be negated on the penalty.
Yeah,
and the official not even wasting any time here. It's kick catch interference.
So like you said, Sean, it wasn't a good punt to begin with. They were already going to have good field position, but now they're going to get better field position.
Inside the 40-yard line of Griffin's territory.
Yeah. It's, you saw Gannon just run the ball down the field the last time. Now you're giving him the short field to most likely do the same thing again here. That's going to be penalty, I believe, 6 on Seton Hill.
Well, this defense has stepped up time and time again this season, allowing just 18.3 points per game. But right now, obviously, you cannot allow a touchdown. You don't even want to allow a field goal, but at least that still gives your team a real chance in this one.
Yeah.
Touchdown probably ends it.
Yeah.
And the drive starts at the 32, and Blanks has some running room.
Look out.
Breaks out of a tackle. First down and more for Blanks.
Yeah, there's just been no answer for Blanks or Wright today for the defense. And again, Sean, as I said, they've been on the field a long time, and you got to start, they have to be wearing down here now. That's also going to be a factor here. But again, you got to give credit to Gannon because they've run the football well. They've rushed for 241 yards in this game. That was a pickup of 17.
To the 16-yard line. Blanks again. This time finds less running room.
In the gaps that time. That'll be a minimal gain on that one. And Blanks 145, 82 for Wright. There's only a 1-yard gain there.
Clock continues to run, nearing 5 minutes. Miscommunication. There comes big K. Van Bowen bursting through.
He's in the backfield calling the penalty.
False start.
Yep. That's penalty 10 for Gannon, 7 for Seton Hill.
Well, he mentioned the kicker, Eric Scarpino's been good this season, 4 of 4, but remember, a field goal attempt earlier was blocked. And you go back to that, TJ, and again, you don't know what would have happened. But the Griffins, with a heat-of-the-moment mistake of not immediately picking up that football.
Yep, that was Jones. Alton Jones blocked it, got too excited, didn't pick up the loose ball on the ground.
Back to action, and the Griffins break through and pick up a sack. McDuffie, among others, in there to bring down Curtis.
That's a huge one there. Host of Griffins in there. McDuffie, also Mack was in there, and I believe 55 Griffin all in there.
And what was clearly field goal range earlier for Gannon, now kind of on the edge of field goal range as the ball's back to the 28.
Yeah, that was an 8-yard loss on that play. That's a big stop there when the defense really needed it. After Gannon's just been running the ball right down their throats.
3rd and 22. I think the Golden Knights just want to get a little bit of yardage to make this an easier pick. Curtis steps up, takes a shot down the field. It is caught.
Yeah, he got it.
I believe that's Damaris Freeman on the reception.
Yeah, down about the 7-yard line, Sean, a 21-yard pickup. That's a big conversion for Gannon.
Well, is it a first down? It is not. It's about a yard shy, it appears.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 1 from the 7.
And they are going to keep the offense out. This is a bit of a risk here for the Golden Knights. Hand it off to Blanks. And I think with the effort, he's going to maybe have it. We'll see.
Yeah, he did a little spin move at the end that might have given him enough.
First contact was in the backfield. Both teams pointing. We've gotten no official verdict. Are they going to measure it?
Could this be a rare measurement?
It's like a Sasquatch sighting, TJ.
The most exciting moment in sports upcoming.
I know.
Well, Blanks was hit in the backfield, and he did a spectacular job to get this close.
They are going to measure. I'm pretty sure it's the first measurement I've seen all year.
Well, they're probably over there explaining to the chain gang what they're doing because this is a first.
What's the prediction
They
here?
haven't done this since the training. I think it's a first down, guys.
Yeah, I think that extra little spin, Chris, it gave him the first down at the end of this.
Here we go. Here we go.
Let's see. I don't know.
I think this is going to be short.
And it where is it? It is.
Seton Hill holds strong.
Wow.
That is the 4th turnover on downs in this game. And now a touchdown likely wins the game for the Griffins.
Yes.
There's one of the heroes, the chain gang.
That's right.
That's Eli Snyder, baseball player for the Griffins, from a famous family as well.
So the Griffins start at the 7. Hang on to the football here. Don't want to.
They'll call it the 6.
Well, they need to get a little breathing room here to start.
Handoff. Weiland brought down and then has one of his linemen fall on top of him as well.
That's about looks like about a 4-yard pickup, so the 10, giving a little bit of room here to work.
Griffins want to make this a homecoming to remember here at Offutt. Trying to go above 500 on the season. And they have to go 90 more yards to do that. Quick pass complete. Gaither, and he gets out of bounds. And here comes flags.
There's the flag. Laundry out.
That should tack on 15 yards after the gainer by Gaither.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Snell over there for the late hit.
So I believe they spotted it at the 20. That would push it to the 35.
Big penalty. That's penalty 11 on Gannon. Right. Yep, there. He was about 10 steps out of bounds.
3 minutes remaining in this one. Clock continues to run. McCormick, he's got room in front of him. Takes a shot down the field. Incomplete. I thought that was a pretty decent pass, but Taro Gaither just could not get to it.
Yep, that was Snell who just got the penalty on the coverage there. So a little redemption for him, I guess.
It's pretty good arm strength on the run, but the redshirt senior receiver from Browns Mills, New Jersey, unable to get to it. 2nd and 10. Still have plenty of time if they want to run the football. Griffins have a pair of timeouts remaining. Gannon has 2 as well. And they go with Weiland, and that's a good tackle by Riddick.
Yeah, Riddick all over that one. He was following Weiland from the point of attack there.
And that's just a one-on-one battle won by the linebacker.
And now big 3rd and 6 now for Seton Hill. They are 9 of 16 on 3rd down.
Yeah, and this is clearly 4-down territory.
Yes.
McCormick, I think, wanted to get out quickly. He can run for it, but he's going to throw instead. It's incomplete. Contact. No flag. I thought the room is there for McCormick to run it.
I agree. See it again here. Looking, nothing, and then right there, yeah, look, there's all kind of green. Yeah, I don't know, Sean.
We've seen him use his legs already to pick up first downs. Didn't do so there. Now it's 4th and 6. Game likely on the line.
Yep.
He's got time. Pass.
Knocked away. The ball's
Was it
out.
caught?
I don't know.
No, it is either incomplete or intercepted. For Gannon's sake, they would have been better off to bat it down, but I think it was intercepted.
Yeah, because there's still no signal yet either.
I think it's intercepted at the 50-yard line.
They called it an interception.
A crazy carom, And that actually slightly helps the Griffins that it was intercepted as opposed to incomplete. Talk about pinball action.
And that was...
Well, with 2 timeouts, Seton Hill can stop the clock a couple of times.
See if we can see who was the interception. Right there. I think it was number 2.
No, that's right. It might have been. It might have been Snell.
Yep.
There's number 2. That being Blanks, as he is.
There's a timeout for
stopped.
Seton Hill.
Yeah. Now the Griffins, if they do their job defensively here, they'll get the football back.
Yep. And that's going to be what, a 1-yard loss back to the 49 now.
Now you go back to some decisions and some plays that were made or not made in this one, and you look at the 4-point difference, everything looms large. Remember, Seton Hill early in this game got down deep into Gannon territory, went for it on 4th down, did not convert, a turnover on downs. They did the same in this second half, and remember, they got it to literally within an inch or 2 of a touchdown, turnover on downs. Now, they did get a safety off of that and then scored a subsequent touchdown to take the lead. So you don't really question that decision in retrospect.
No.
There's a 1-yard loss to make it 2nd and 11. Ball at the 49 now in Gannon territory. And you figure the Golden Knights, they're going to keep it on the ground, and that's been working for them. But when you can say with about 80% certainty that it's going to stay on the ground, defensively you have a real chance to try to contain that.
Yes. And they can, and Seton Hill can only stop it one more time with their last time out. So
Blanks straight ahead. He's running hard.
He is. He's been running hard all night. 6-yard pickup down to the 45, and their final timeout for Seton Hill.
And now it's a very manageable 3rd and 5. For Gannon, you do not have to run the football here. Obviously, it would work in your favor in terms of having the clock continue to run where the Griffins can't stop it. But the most important thing if you're Gannon is to get the first down. You get that, this game's over.
Yes, for sure.
If you feel more confident with the passing play here, I think then that's a call that you make. So many times at every level, coaches just go in with the mindset that we just have to run it 3 straight times, and you don't get the first down, the other team gets the football back. Griffins don't have any more timeouts, 1:53 remaining in the 4th. The only points in the opening half, Alex Whitaker's 26-yard touchdown from Corey Curtis, giving Gannon the 7-0 lead. Seton Hill got a safety in the 3rd quarter to make it 7-2. Taro Gaither, 12-yard reception from McCormick to make it 10-7 following a 2-point conversion. But Melvin Blanks with 19 seconds left in that quarter, giving the lead back to the visitors. That's where we stand now, latter stages of the 4th quarter. 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Hand off to Blanks. He's got some room. He's got the first down.
Yeah.
And he's going to get all the way into the end zone if he chooses.
No.
He's tripped up.
Noble Jr. saved a touchdown, Sean.
Well, and that's one where I don't know that. I think you almost want him to score there, don't you?
Get the ball back.
Yeah, I think you want him to score once he clearly has the first down. And I was thinking, conversely, was Blanks going to go into the end zone? Let's see if he slows up here.
A little.
No, he's running hard enough. But man, I think you let them score here. And conversely, I don't know if Gannon, I think you just take knees.
44-yard run. So let's see what's going to happen here. They're going to take a timeout. Yeah, Gannon took a timeout.
We'll take one as well. 1:44 left in this one. Gannon could be closing in on a road victory on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Tyler Zimmer, owner of Alpha Leap Performance and Fitness, located in Export. When training our athletes, our main mission is to help our athletes move better. Movement efficiency, it's building proper motor patterns, and really exposing their brain and their bodies to different movements that can translate to the game. I'm a huge believer in unilateral strength, which is single leg strength. A lot of what you do in any sport is off of one leg. So if you're strong on one leg, you're going to be strong on both. If you dominate the little things in life, you're going to dominate the big things.
Melvin Blanks and Antonio Wright have been a dynamic duo, Blanks in particular, in this contest. And TJ, this will be a curious decision for Eric Rayburn, the Golden Knights coach. I think you just take Nice here.
I can agree with you on that. Is that, it looks, yeah, that's what they're going to do. Victory formation.
So, as unusual as it sounds, the fact that Blanks was tripped up will actually work in favor of Gannon. Now, again, they would have been up probably 11 points, and the odds are minuscule that the Griffins would come back without any timeouts down 2 scores. But they really have no chance now. Can't do anything to stop the clock. When you have the ball in your possession, at least you have a chance to kind of control the clock a little bit. Now, this will be a big win for Gannon to improve to 3-4 and to even their conference mark at 2-2. As the Griffins mixing it up a little bit. Now, remember, if you get Gannon to take a penalty, the clock would stop, which would basically serve as a timeout. But it looks like the Golden Knights will have to run just one more play here. Well, there's another. It feels like so many of these games are similar here, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've all been close, and just the events that have happened have all been similar. And it's going to be another tough loss for Seton Hill here today. A game that they, probably had a good chance to win today, and they, for whatever reason, just slipped away from them.
They won by 2 at home, by 6 at home, by 11 on the road, lost by 10 at home, won by 2 on the road, and now will lose by 4 at home. The only outlier, the 41-17 loss against number 6 Slippery Rock here at home. This one is final. It is 14-10. Gannon scores the victory over Seton Hill. We'll take a break, come back with the postgame as we continue our coverage of Griffins football 2021 here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Score big with the Bowser family of dealerships featuring GMC, Buick, Cadillac, Subaru, Hyundai, and Nissan. Looking for a new car, truck, or SUV? Visit powerofbowser.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to find your perfect vehicle. Get the absolute best price and the best car buying experience anywhere. It's the power of the Bowser family of dealerships. Route 51 South on top of the hill.
If you had to file an insurance claim, would your insurance coverage score a touchdown, or would you be sacked for a financial loss? At Stevenson Insurance Associates, you'll call the right play when it comes to your insurance coverage. Don't fumble the opportunity to score points with our customer service and superior low-cost policies. You need to make the right call to Stevenson Insurance Associates at 724-832-9889.
D'Annunzio's Italian Restaurants is open 7 days a week at all 3 of our locations, Jeanette, Monroeville, and Latrobe. We invite you to join us for our specials. Monday, the special is spaghetti. Tuesday, it's raviolis. Wednesday, it's lasagna. And Thursday, it's chicken parmesan or chicken romano. Be sure to try our drink specials and our fabulous desserts. And remember, we also have takeout available at all 3 locations.
A sigh of disgust from TJ to Stefano. Tough one for the Griffins. And TJ, we mentioned, it just feels like every game is going to come down to probably one possession. And for the Griffins, they've been on the winning side a few times, including last week with a 2-point margin of victory at Mercyhurst. But on what could have been a pretty special comeback on homecoming, it comes up just a bit short as they fall 14-10 to Gannon. As a result, the Griffins now sit at 3-4 and 1-3 in the PSAC West. We mentioned Gannon improves to 3-4 and 2-2 in the PSAC West. We'll look at the scoring summary momentarily, but what's your takeaways from this one?
I think we pretty much said it, Sean. I mean, the margin for error for Seton Hill is so slim here, and it's just another one of those games where, a game they could have won, probably should have won, but whatever we see, negative plays, turnovers, penalties, things like that, just another tough loss for Seton Hill. And again, the defense, did a pretty good job, but I think Gannon had a lot of success in the run game. And I also think the defense maybe started to wear down again. Your defense can only do so much and keep you in so many games, but we need to see more on the offensive side of the ball as well. And I still think that's the major issue with this team right now as to why they can't, finish these games.
Let's take a look at how this one unfolded. Low scoring from start to finish. There was no scoring in the opening quarter, but then Alex Whitaker, the touchdown machine tight end for the visitors, gets into the end zone as he makes the catch and takes it 26 yards, showing some strength and elusiveness. Corey Curtis, the quarterback, gets it to his tight end. The Scarpino extra point made it 7-0 in favor of Gannon. That came with 13:08 remaining in the second quarter. Could have been more for the Golden Knights if not for a blocked field goal as Alton Jones came through. However, the Griffins a little late to react to that ball being loose. So while they prevented the 3, could not turn it into points directly the other way. Seton Hill got its first touchdown in the third quarter after a safety gave them the football with good field position. Taro Gaither goes up high to haul this one in on a 12-yard reception thrown by Jake McCormick. The 2-point conversion, McCormick to John Makel the fourth, put the Griffins in front by the score of 10-7. That's where we stood with 4:54 left in the third. However, with just 19.1 seconds remaining in that frame, somewhat controversial, but a touchdown from 1 yard for Melvin Blanks, and the extra point made it 14-10 in favor of the Golden Knights. That would be the last points scored in this one as Gannon notches the victory. Chris Smith wants to chime in. Chris, what do you have for us?
Hey, Sean, I think the biggest surprise that I saw out there today was on the defensive side of the football. I mean, we watched them in reverse on a number of drives, especially in the second half. Just couldn't stop that Gannon ground game. And yeah, I would have to put this up as the worst defensive performance for the Griffins, which is so uncharacteristic because even though Slippery Rock threw up 41 points against the Griffins here a few weeks ago, they played pretty good defense, but today they just couldn't get they didn't have the answer for that Gannon ground game.
Yeah, and it wasn't as though the Griffins allowed a ton of big plays in this one, but it was methodical drives where 3, 4, 5, 6 yards at a time on the ground. And then, of course, we saw that touchdown by Whitaker where the Griffins did not do a good job bringing him down. So really the lack of stopping the run on a regular basis, that has been a strength all season. It was not today, and it proved costly because, TJ, you said before, knowing that this offense has sputtered the entire way, the defense has to be great, and maybe even beyond that has to force turnovers. They did get the safety, but other than that, didn't really play takeaway much in this one.
No, they didn't, and we talked about the ground game. They gave up 277 yards rushing. I mean, I didn't have time to look at if that's the most. That may be the most they've given up all year. This was the first 100-yard rusher. Blanks finished with 195, and then you have Wright finishing with 82. So, the Gannon just killed them in the running game, and Seton Hill really had no answer, as you said, Sean. And again, they weren't impressive runs or anything like that, but even if they're not impressive runs, that all adds up, each play. And again, you have to give credit to Gannon. They were able to run the football and ended up with the victory here today.
And it's a little bit of a spoiler on what is a special day here for homecoming, as well as the Hall of Fame inductees. And Flick, you're the best in the business. I'm going to demand something of you. Can we get a shot of the courthouse before we go off? Is that Is that possible? All right, I'm forcing him to do this because, TJ, it has become our weekly tradition here in Greensburg at historic Offutt Field.
Yeah.
And it's is that a red, white, and blue courthouse? Am I seeing that correctly?
Well, I think it's supposed to be pink.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's on the side. Maybe some of the lights are burned out. I don't know. Maybe the county didn't pay their bill or something, the electric bill. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's technically supposed to be pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
But I'm definitely seeing red, white, and blue there. I'm right there, right?
Or is that purple?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, the courthouse always making a special appearance here on our broadcast. And without yelling to Marcus Weekland, since he's not here, I had to have Flick do it instead. That'll do it here from Offutt Field in downtown Greensburg. Once again, your final score in this one, Gannon 14, Seton Hill 10. Thank you so much for tuning into our coverage. For producer Dan Flickinger, for Nick D'Onofrio, our videographer, sideline reporter Chris Smith, and my colleague TJ DeStefano. Sean Meyer signing off. You've been watching Griffins Football 2021 right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.